Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How are we doing today, guys? You had a good weekend so far, have you? We had a good weekend. We're back. Chill little stream this evening. Just gonna play some different games. I think we're gonna do some ZZZ. Maybe get some of our dailies, weeklies closed off, maybe. Might even do our Zani pulls today, actually. And I was kind of, you know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of tempted to start Epic 7 as well. And Path to Nowhere. I don't know why. I just been getting an itch to try those games out. But yeah, we'll see. Just to let you know, tomorrow's stream will be back to normal. Back on Arc Nights tomorrow, guys. Getting on the grind. I got super lucky. We got another top operator tag chat. Top operator tag. Insane. I was actually I was really buzzing about that. I've saw people saying, dude, I've been playing the game for years and I've not got one. We've had 2 already, so hey, you know, the tag luck, man, you know, it's some just do it right. Some just do it. It's a skill issue, I think, chat. But yeah, we got Thorns. Everybody's telling me dude's insane. So I guess that's a W. I can't really say, but everyone's saying you got one of the best agents you could get really out of that, so that's cool. Shout out to everybody in chat as well, guys. Jerry, appreciate it, guys. Everybody usually comes through the streams. Understand it's probably late for a lot of you guys. I do appreciate you stopping by. Understandable if you can't hang out in the stream tonight. It's a bank holiday in the UK, so obviously I can stop up a little bit later. It's not a school night, chat. It's not a school night. I've got gym tomorrow though, but I can stop up a little bit later tonight, so. And I had stuff to do. Plus, I watched Man United play crap again, so we won't talk about that. But yo, Zane, what's going on, Zera? Ducklord, how's he going? Welcome to the stream. No AK today. No. I did some farming earlier. We're going to play it tomorrow. I thought I'd get on doing some other games today. I was going to play it, but I wanted to get live earlier, but it just didn't happen. I might play some Claire Obscura as well, maybe today. Leo, what's going on, dude? No worries, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. No worries, Zane. So yeah, we got Thorns. Yeah, we got Thorns, man. I'm buzzing about that. Daniel, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, people are saying that when he gets to E2, dude's kind of ridiculous. So, yeah. We'll have to, with his module as well, his damage is quite solid. Yeah, what's going on, Skybird? I hear you quit Black Weekend. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, listen. I don't deal in absolutes, chat. I mentioned it in the video, right? I don't deal in absolutes. I'm not the type of person to say, I will never, ever play that game again. Because I think that's the way in life to get egg on your face. Right now, fair play to people who stick by what they say. Got no issue with people doing that. But I don't want to, just in case. Because, hey, look, they might rectify all the problems. They might, even though it'll still be a wound that they created. They might rectify all the issues, start treating everybody equally, come back with some insane banger updates, fix the game, and just, you know, it all together becomes an awesome title, right? And hey, I might come back then. So I won't say that I'm not going to, but at the moment, kind of done with the game. And you know what? I can't even play the game at the moment anyway. I've still got that error with updating the game. Now, it might fix it if I reinstall the Google Play beta. I can't be arsed. I'm not gonna lie. I can't be arsed. So yeah, for me at the moment, I'm done with Black Beacon. I'm not playing the game anymore. It's just one thing after another. Treating the 2 player bases totally differently. As well, I've heard that in CN, you're allowed, and they're pushing people to play on emulators like BlueStacks because it's a better experience, where we're literally blocked from playing it on BlueStacks. So another thing just to add to the cacophony of issues with the game at the moment. And I've said before, problems happen in games, right? Issues happen, bugs happen, bad launches happen. But when you're actively just like kind of sabotaging the 1 player base in a sense, the way you treat them, I'm just like, yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me personally. I said before, totally understand them pandering to a potential larger audience, but I think just the blatant difference in the treatments, just insane, actually, absolutely insane. It's incredible, and I don't want to be begging for the scraps that they might throw us every now and again, you know. I didn't know there's already a new game, my boy Hoyo. Yes, yeah, it's a game. I mentioned this game quite a while ago, actually. I made a video. It's probably getting on about a year ago now, initially talking about all the games. And I made another video probably about a month or two ago now, speaking about this game. But yeah, it looks like it's announced now, right? So I should imagine what they're going to expect a lawsuit from Nintendo soon. Because it looks like Honkai Pokemon mode, yeah. I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped for it. Hopefully it'll be fun. I've been saying this for ages that Wuthering Waves need to have like a Pokemon mode within the game with the echoes. I think it could be a laugh. Yeah, I guess we can see how the game is. Hopefully we get to see some gameplay soon, because it was just literally a little teaser, right? It was just literally a little teaser. They're having a Wuthering Wave launch moment. Trust. Oh, bro, it's insane. It's insane. Like, the gacha space is imploding at the minute. You've got live drama going on at the minute with Selkie and Saints. Again, the continuation of all of these just PvP. It's ridiculous. Kind of pathetic as well, if I'm honest. It really is. Like, the PvP drama in the CC space at the moment is just... It's pretty pathetic. It's pretty pathetic. So, yeah, we've got Nikkei seeming to make things worse, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, if it's true. It's absolutely insane. You got Black Beacon throwing down the gauntlet as well to say to Infinity Nikki, hey, you want to challenge us to the worst fuck-ups this month? Hold out here. So, it's kind of funny to see. Yeah, man, it's a world moment. It's a world moment in the space. It's a mess everywhere. It's a mess everywhere by the looks of things. Yeah, but it's just a leak. Are they short on money or something? Well, from what I was looking at before, they've got 5 games in the works. 5 games in the works, which is insane. We know for a fact 2 of them are happening now. Well, I say we know for a fact. Well, we know for a fact 1 is definitely happening because I've announced it. We did see gameplay of the other one. You know, the Animal Crossing style one. But that's gone silent now, so, you know, who knows? Maybe they stopped working on it. But the fact that there was gameplay, I'm assuming they're still working on it, right? So, yeah. So, you know, I think it's safe to say we know at least 2 of those 5 games are happening. People saying it's not going to be a big story one since they just take original characters from all their games and make it like... Yeah, I'm thinking, like, do you reckon it might be like... what was it now? What was it now? The Final Fantasy... Oh, which was the Final Fantasy game now with, like, the one where it took characters from all the games and you could, like, stack the characters. I forgot which one it was now. I'm thinking maybe it might be a little bit like that. You know, like they might bring in and just, like, bring the characters in. It's kind of like an IP game for them, basically. So it'll probably be a little bit lighter on the story. And it's more about, you know, a celebration of their... The thing that makes me positive about that, though, is... If it is going to be one of those games, maybe we'll see lots of collaborations and lots of other IPs being brought into it. That could be kind of fun, actually. But, hey, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We'll have to wait and see. I am not going to get too excited over it because, you know, it's Hoyo, and Hoyo like to burn us. The only thing I get a little bit excited about now in the Hoyo space is Zenless, to be fair. Meanwhile, Arknoid's Limbus and Reverse 1999. Missing the 70th Honkai game that's been revealed. Yeah, I did see the little teaser. It was after the Fate collab, yeah, where all the streamers were going wild. Kind of lost hope on Hoyo, not gonna lie. They made it worse twice for the game. Yeah, like, I'm here with you, man. I don't get too excited over the Hoyo stuff at the moment, you know? Because it always feels like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But that being said, I like Zenless, right? And so far for me, Zenless just keeps catching W's, personally, at least in my opinion. I suppose it caught an L, I guess, with, like, the Miyabi jump in power. But at the moment, yeah, you know, it's doing all right. I'm not gonna glaze it too much, though, because we know what Hoyo can do. We might be having a different conversation in 6 months about how they just destroyed the game. Or I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm so glad I see him for... Yo, dude, I'm telling you, man. Getting that top operator tag again, I was like, holy shit, bro. I'm not used to this treatment, man. The game's buttering me up hard, you know what I mean? Getting fucking, getting treated over here. Like a princess. Hoyo feels like the EA/Ubisoft gacha. Though they ain't as bad as them. Yeah, I was gonna say, man. Give him a few years. There might be. Give him a few years. Yo, T, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Do you know what? Speaking of, like, Western games, I desperately want to play Arc Raiders. Actually, I don't know if it's even a Western game. I don't know if Nexon are involved in that. I'm not too sure. Arc Raiders looks so freaking good, though, chat. All the gameplay I've been seeing of that. Oh, my days. It's exactly what the extraction space needed. The game looks gorgeous. It looks so much fun. It looks really, really cool, man. And I'm gutted that I haven't got into the test. I'm gutted. HG's goated for doing so many skins that you can get by playing. Yeah, yeah. With Griff Shields now. Yeah, man. You know, like I say, at the minute, my experience with Arknights has been pretty positive. Well, really positive, actually. You know, really positive. So, hey, I just got to call it as a seat. My experience has been a good one. And until it's not, yeah, I've got no bad things to say about Hypergriff so far. My experience with Enfield, brilliant. Super excited for it. My experience with Arknights, it's turned me from a tower defense denier to a tower defense believer. Well, maybe not that far, but I like Arknights, right? So that hasn't converted me to a tower defense enjoyer. HE deserves it. The only extraction game I'm playing right now is Helldivers. What is it? Does it have like an extraction element, Helldivers? I've never played it, man. I've never played it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Ark Raiders. I don't know when it's dropping, but I can't wait. I can't wait. But how are we doing though, guys? Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? How's it going as well, Easy? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to everybody watching, guys. Appreciate ya. I know it's a later stream for a lot of people as well, who typically watch my streams. And it's just, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a bit of a mid-mod stream today. I do want to play a bit as ZZZ, but there's part of me I want to play some Wuthering Waves as well. But I don't know if I actually just want to pull for Zani, you know? There's part of me as well. I installed Path to Nowhere, and I kind of want to try out Path to Nowhere and Epic 7. I know I'm not going to be able to do all of these in the stream, I know, but I you know, when you're just like, I don't know what to play, I kind of feel like just bouncing around a little bit. I don't know. But we'll see. Got a few things I want to look at as well. And talk about some more Infinity Nikki stuff as well, because it's kind of hilarious. Yeah, Expedition 33. I might try and get on that tomorrow. I was going to play today, but I think we might jump on that tomorrow, actually. Is it 8 days? Is it that for Renegade? Yo, Chase, what's up, dude? You in the UK today, are you? Oh, nice, man, nice. It's good to see you as well. Welcome to the stream. It's going great. Nice. I recommend it. Yeah, I've got that, I've got Epic 7 installed. I got Path to Nowhere, because I don't know why. There's Echoapocalypse, however you pronounce it as well. I just, you know, when you just feel like just testing things out a little bit. I've kind of been wanting to go back to Re-Memento White Shadow as well, but I think I'm just going to wait for the global launch now, because that's soon, right? There's Etheria Restart as well. There's so many games that I kind of want to try out over the next few weeks. I'm still holding off on Limbus at the minute, because Limbus, I want to put some time into it. So, like, when I start there, I want to be, like, good to go to spend a few days on it. So I'm going to wait till I've got a little bit further in Arknights, and I've got past all the Zenless and Ruin stuff at the moment. Yeah, it's a bit more PvP. Ethereal Restart's going to be a bit more on the PvP side of things, yeah. As well, guys, is it true that, you know, Ethereal Restart, is there going to be 50 characters on launch? I don't know who I heard that. I don't know if it was from Mr. Pokey or somebody else, but I heard that there's going to be 50 characters on launch. And I was just like, damn, that's a lot of characters on launch, that is. That's a lot of characters. Limmer's crying in the corner. Couldn't get into Epic 7 because here is super pay to win. Is it something about, like, removing gear or something? Can cost real money in Epic 7. Like, once you've attached gear to get it off or something like that. It's not as simple as just taking it off and switching it onto a new unit or whatever. Again, heard that through the grapevine, so I can't say. It's pay to win if you want to say, yeah, well, yeah. It definitely leans into PvP more, doesn't it? And at the end of the day, if you've got a gacha game that's got a heavy emphasis on PvP, and it's not just like this little silly gimmicky mode, like, I don't know, like the Fall Guys mode or a racing event in something like Wuthering Waves, probably going to lean into to be heavily incentivized to spend cash to get up there, right? Okay, yeah, I'll probably, well, I would say I'd probably dabble in the PvP, but knowing gacha games, it's not like it's going to throw you in and be in a pool of free-to-play players. They're going to encourage you to want to spend by throwing you up against spenders, aren't they? I would imagine. You know, just like FIFA. Just like FIFA. The power be creeping. The power be creeping. Just FYI, guys, I did upload a video again today. Talking about the obviously the Black Beacon stuff once again, and how much of a shit show it actually is. Ridiculous, actually, absolutely ridiculous. CN now have an event that the Global doesn't get. Wild, you know. Even though the game launched earlier on Global than it did on CN. Can't wait to see the. I know the revenue charts are not exactly accurate. I'm curious to see the revenue charts because obviously Global had more revenue than CN this time, but obviously the game launched like what 18 days prior. So I'm really curious to see how big the revenue is for CN next month. To see, because there's kind of part of me now. I'm not the type of person who likes to see games fail, right? I'm not. I'm genuinely not. But there's a big part of me that kind of hopes CN really don't spend too much on Black Beacon, and those devs end up with egg on their face, right? Like they've ignored Global. They've fully gone in for CN, and if CN don't spend, oh man, it'll be so freaking good. That will be cinema, and I will be waiting to report on that, chat. I'll be waiting. So the next revenue charts, I'm all over that shit. I'm all over that shit because I just hope that the revenue's shit in CN, and they're like left scrambling then of oh shit. No, we need to appease global now, maybe. Should we do it? So like, you know, I'm never really one to hope on the downfall of a game, because typically when I'm frustrated with a game, I just stop playing and I'm like, you know what? Let's part ways. I hope all the best success to you, kind of thing. But this, it's like I kind of feel slighted. I kind of feel it's not that deep, of course. It's just a video game, but I'm like, you know what? I hope Sienna tells you to fuck off. I really do. Never hire Charles as the head of your global gacha branch. Global for BB's dead in the water to say, yeah, I can't see how they get it recover from it personally. As I said, I don't deal in absolutes. If they could come back with some like fire updates, they start treating Global the same, you know. Again, I'm totally cool with certain companies pandering to the larger audience, you know, whether they listen to them and give, you know, take more feedback off them. They're a little bit more proactive and interacting with the community. Get that, understand that, it's business. But like doing what they're doing, it's like, yeah, that's not business, man. That's just like, it seems so silly. It's like, it's really dumb, you know. It's just like, is that how you run a live service? It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. So like, there is that part of me that's just hopeful that CN go, yeah, actually, no, because I know CN haven't been happy about the situation themselves. And even though they actually got some extra rewards and now they've got this new event that Global hasn't, the game's still not running great in CN as well. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of players that are like, hey, yeah, cool, free character, but the game's still broke. Which at the end of the day, doesn't matter how many free stuff a game gives you if it's still actively broken, right? Because what are you going to do with that free stuff if the game's still in a shit state? Stories made just something to do to unlock stuff. Yeah, if there's some way like if there's some way to like even have a little bit of fun in PvP. Now, I'm fine with not being competitive, right? I don't want to get into that because like it's a gacha game and PvP to be competitive, it's going to require spending and probably spending a decent amount. Don't want to be doing that. But if I can somewhat just have fun and get bodied here and there and maybe just hold my own here and then, there's plenty of free-to-play players in the PvP pool. I'd dabble here and there. I'd be down. Does Black Beacon have a PC client? No. It has the Google Play beta. Or in CN, you can use BlueStacks. And I think the devs are actively encouraging people to use it because it's a better way to play the game. But we're blocked from using it in Global. So, yeah. Sucks to suck, you know? Sucks to suck. Yeah, actually, speaking of, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you, chat. Let me show you this shit. Yeah, hold up a second. Let me show you this shit. Hold up. Where's it at? All right. Let's get this open a second here, yeah? Let's get this open, right? Who's actually going to update this time? Oh, oh, chat. It says updating. Have they actually fixed it, finally? No, they haven't. Just edging me. They were just edging me. They were just edging me. Now, some people would say, why don't you try uninstalling the Google Play Games beta and reinstall it? I'm like, you know what? Fair point. But at the same time, no, I'm not going to do because everything else is working on here fine. Now, don't get me wrong. I do know the Google beta has issues. Look, we started playing Arknights on BlueStacks for a reason, right? The audio issues were a bit of a pain in the ass, right? But everything else at least works, right? Might not be working at its optimal, but it works. This is just fucking stupid, man. You know? So like the gift that we got the other day, Charles's gift. Charles was like, I'm so good to you guys. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry you feel that way. While over for CN, they're getting on the hands and knees. Here's a gift of some pulls. They're expiring 2 days. Good luck getting on the game. Good luck getting on the game. Because Blackbee can have its own clients, unless it's come out today. It didn't on launch, at least anyway. You can get obviously mobile. You can play on mobile, but for PC, you've got the Google Play beta. It hasn't got a PC version of the game, unless, like I say, they've stealth launched something that I don't know about. Me personally, I don't play turn-based gacha games because most of them hardly have any content to do outside of the story and PvP. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I haven't. No, Ducklord. No. Would you like me, the San Jose Sharks hat? Yeah, I grabbed it yesterday and I was out, went and got some, holiday shopping in yesterday because I needed to get some stuff. Went and got some, suitcases as well today because obviously we're going to a Zanti, Zakynthos, for 2 weeks in a couple of weeks. So we was out shopping. I was just like, you know what? I kind of like that cap. I'm grabbing it. See, the thing is, the moment you want to install Google Play games, the question is why you install it. Exactly, yeah, exactly. Because I've got Arknights on here. Well, I'm playing Arknights on BlueStacks now. Okay, there's some other games on here, but I can get these all on BlueStacks now, and they'll probably run better anyway. So, do I really need this emulator at the moment for Black Beacon of all games for a game that really doesn't respect me as a player? Do I need it? No, no. Will I probably hold on to the thing? Yeah, maybe, because I'm hopeful that once Google really make this a really good emulator, this is going to be a good, because obviously, you've got the fact that it's Google. It's directly, there's no, like, it's not a third-party emulator. The Google Play, everything's connected, the store, all that sort of stuff. Your payment systems and everything, you can have your stuff synced across devices, all that sort of stuff, which I don't know, I bet BlueStacks, I don't know, do they do that? I don't know. All that sort of stuff's good, right? So I think once this actually gets to a point of being a good emulator, I think this is going to be really, really good, but it's just not there at the minute, is it? It's just not there. So yeah, I agree, Fatless. It's like, yeah, I'm with you. And I just can't be arsed. I'm like, I don't want to uninstall it to reinstall it just to make sure that it's not the beta, it's the game, Oh yeah, Chase. I'm quite confident about Dark Knight Enfield being a good game. And if it's not, I'm going to be very, very sad. But I'm confident because the beta just killed it for me. It was so good. It was so cool. So good. Had you played this game called Project Sakai? Sadly, the game is only in mobile. I haven't. No, I haven't. Honestly, Sam, I'm praying that Enfield turns out good. Yeah. Like I say, I'm quietly confident, but I agree. I do. Believe in Hypergriff, yeah? Believe in Hypergriff. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm definitely hopeful. The beta was a banger, in my opinion. Now I know like there were some people who had critiques from previous versions. I didn't play those, so I get it. And I know there was definitely some critiques in regards to like minute things. Especially, I think the biggest critique where I was noticing from people was like the dodge situation. Which for me, I definitely think there could be some tweaks made to it, but I really liked how punishing the dodge could be. I think it was just for me, biggest problem with the dodge was it was a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes it felt like even if you dodged perfectly, it was like, wait a minute, that one on me, which could have just been server-side desync issues as well, really. You know, it might not necessarily have been the dodge itself. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Enfield. I think it's going to filter a lot of people with the base systems, all that sort of stuff. And I think you're going to get a lot of, I guess, because I'm sorry, but there are a lot of elitists in the Wuthering Waves space now. We're going to come back and go, this combat sucks. So I can only deal with this type of combat now. Everything has to be like we were now for it to be considered worthy, you know? Because people can't deal with variety now, can they? You know, wow, it's a bit different. No, I need the same shit, man. So you know that's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. I'm telling you, wait for Enfield to drop. You guys, trust me. I know the fucking Wither space. What did I say the other day? I saw the revenue chart share, and I was like, watch a bunch of the Wither CCs come out now and talk about the revenue, just because Wither was above Genshin. When so many people were saying you really shouldn't even use that site. One, it's owned by Kateo, apparently. I don't know if that's true. Two, it just starts beef between communities and starts PvP of my game's better than your game. And now all of a sudden it's really okay to do that now. And I wonder why, you know? But next month, you know, if things flip again, watch that not be spoke about too much, you know? I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. So yeah, wait for it. Wait, I said it when the beta was running. Probably a lot of you guys weren't here then. But you know, when the beta was live, I said, I don't know if it was day 1 or day 2 of the beta. I think it was day 1, actually. Because I made like a first impressions video. And I said, watch, there's going to be some Genshin killer videos from the Wither space. And Wither killers from the Wither space. And next day, lo and behold, we saw it. You know. And look, I don't hate on these people. There's a lot of these content creators who I actually genuinely respect who dabble in this stuff. And I get, you know what I mean? I don't hate the player. It's part of the game kind of thing. But it's just, you know, sometimes it's just too easy to call. You know what I mean? It's just too easy to call. It's kind of funny. Combat sucks. We were combat better. Guarantee, dude. Guarantee, you know? Guarantee. Does Enfield have a release date yet? No. There's a lot of people with this idea of potentially August because I can't remember what it's called. I forgot what it's called in China now. You have to file for certification for games. And then typically, usually, you want a game needs to launch by the time of the certification's expiration. But that doesn't necessarily mean it because the companies could just extend the certification basically. And even then, those things don't affect international. Like that just regarding domestic. So it hasn't been extended yet. So, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be, you know. But that's a lot of people are basing that. Oh, that means August then, which I wouldn't put any bets down on that being the case. But I hope they're freaking right. I do hope they're right. Yeah, what's going on, Zeta? Gateo just trolls and enjoys people. I react for every word, but people didn't get it really. It's what gets, yeah, definitely, Kai. Like, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, I don't judge content creators doing that stuff. Honestly, I really don't. Like, for me anyway, unless people have been doing really abhorrent things, stuff that happens on YouTube, it's just the grind, you know? If somebody's playing the game, even if it's even potentially distasteful, yeah, I'm just like, you know what? If it really bothers you that much, the best thing to do is just ignore it. I just think it's funny sometimes. But yeah, I agree. I don't judge people for it's like the drama stuff, you know. I don't mind a bit of drama from time to time. For me, sometimes it just gets a bit annoying because it's like, all right, this is boring now. But I understand why content creators do it because it pays the bills, man. And end of the day, if you're paying the bills off doing content, you know, it's your livelihood. Are you going to choose to do stuff that gives you less views or gives you more views? It's simple answer, isn't it? You know, there's plenty of people that get to work 9 to 5 who hate the job or they don't quit because they don't like it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely understandable. And I genuinely don't judge them about it, but it's okay to poke fun at people as well, isn't it? You know, it's okay to do it. Yeah, for real, Duck Lord, for real. I don't get the killer's idea. The game obviously already cemented itself, so it doesn't make sense that it can kill other games if it's not the same concept. Yeah, but it looks good on a title, doesn't it, and in a thumbnail as well. And it'll really encourage some people and then enrage others, and that's, you know, car crash content in a sense is what gets people to turn heads, doesn't it? Are you still playing this game called Limbus Company? I'm planning to. I do plan to. I want to set myself a little bit of time to play Limbus to appreciate it. Because I'm hearing really good stuff about the story. So I don't want to just like, you know, chuck Limbus into a period of time where I know that I'll play it one day and then I might not play it for a couple of weeks because I think that'll really ruin the enjoyment of it for me. Please don't be in the 2026 GTA. Just got delayed till has it been delayed as well? GTA, has it been delayed? Because I was expecting it to get delayed because that's Rockstar. They announce a game and you can always guarantee it's getting delayed. Someone commented in my video that the reason Enfield wants people to sign an NDA for the mobile test is because they might be testing a different style of combat. It could be. I think I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned something like that in my video, actually. I agree, it could be. Because I saw posts from like Billy where people were replying back, some coming from moderators and stuff where we're like, it's the same version of the game, but it's like, how do you know? Like, you know, there's stuff that people are having to sign NDAs. That might be part of the NDA when you get in. Look, this is a different, or you sign the NDA and then you know that it's, you know, it's a different build potentially. It wouldn't surprise me. The main reason I think there's probably an NDA, personally, although I think you could be right, Renegade, or that person could be right, is more that it's probably a build for mobile that could be really unstable, and maybe it's more, we don't want this being shown, because it, you know, first impressions are first impressions, aren't they? And it doesn't matter if the game's going to get a lot better in terms of performance. A lot of people will look at that and go, oh, I ain't touching that. It's sad, but people can't help, you know, Christ, you'll see people look at super early access gameplay that gets leaked for a particular game and they'll be like, this game looks trash. It's like, brother, it hasn't even got proper assets yet, man. It's got placeholders and you're already fucking moaning, you know? He got the, oh, did he? Yeah, it's expected. I knew that was going to happen. What's going on, Dagger? You just woke up from it? Yeah, a little bit of just a chill stream, just dossing about, really. Yeah, it's not surprising. It's not surprising with GTA, personally, because, yeah, it's Rockstar. It's what they do, isn't it? You know? What's going on, Jamie? May, okay. I do not. Yeah, I'll say I watched a video the other day about the world building of Ark Knights and Limbus, and Limbus definitely looks like it's got some seriously dark shit in it. Yes, Joshua, agree. I think I said this before, because it be releasing on console as well. I think a Nanta have a potential perfect storm if they can get out before GTA. Now, obviously, they've got to nail things, right? They've got to nail a system that not only works for gacha players, but works for normies. And when I say normies, I just mean people who don't play gacha games, right? Because if they can get that onto PlayStation, and obviously they can get it onto PC as well, there's a massive potential audience there on PlayStation, a free-to-play game. It's not going to be GTA, because obviously you're not going to be able to do the stuff that you do in GTA. You ain't going to be robbing freaking prostitutes and shooting up, you know, strip clubs and stuff. But you know what I mean? An open world game where there's a bit of freedom. It's a sandbox game and there's combat and all this sort of stuff, right? I do believe you can get arrested in an Anta, but I don't think you could do the things that would get you arrested that you can do in GTA, right? Obviously. I think it's got the real potential to maybe be massive, right? Now, if they manage to do that and if they run with it on a good launch, that's a different question altogether. But yeah, I think a Nanta. Now, I'm not expecting another Genshin type moment, because that was just a phenomenon, wasn't it, really? With COVID and everything. But I think a Nanta really, like, don't get me wrong, I'm more looking forward to Enfield, right? But I think a Nanta might be best situated to have the biggest potential launch. But of course, you know, whether they actually manage to make that happen is a different question altogether, isn't it? They probably wouldn't have to release that trailer if it weren't for the leakers. Yes, yeah, exactly. GTA is a perfect example as well. That got launched, and that even had placeholder assets, and you got people saying, this looks shit. And it's like, bro, you don't understand how games well, you know, you don't even have to understand how games are developed to understand that, like, this name it's going to look when you get it, you fucking idiot. You want to do me react, I'll always recommend the Limbus review by Cypher Ray for good glazing. Okay, might have a look at them. I'm looking forward to the Enfield and NTE. Yeah, see, like, for me, NTE, I'm still looking forward to. Now, I must admit, when we all got to see people playing it, combat did look a bit shitty. But the fact that they let people play, warts and all, is a good sign that we're going to potentially, and they've been really open that, hey, look, man, we've listened, we're going to work on these things. So hopefully, we'll get to see NTE working on a lot of the things that was the problem. Because NTE's got a lot of, the cutscenes, the cinematics in NTE, fucking top tier. I said this, NTE, cutscenes and cinematics are up there with Zenless, maybe even better, because they do a lot of the animation rigging stuff's top tier, but they do a lot of mixing 2D animation with the 3D models as well. I'm a big fan of that, real big fan of that. But it definitely looked a little bit janky in places. And hopefully, end of the day, I just want more good games. So yeah, there's part of me that's coping a little bit there, I guess. But yeah, it's a game I'm looking forward to. I think Ananta just stole a lot of its thunder, didn't he? What's that? Because Ananta's not in America. Different story if it is one. What's that, sorry? Ananta seems much more appealing to a wider audience due to the Exactly, yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of people. Yeah, yo, what's going on, Reldon? Welcome to the stream. The Terror Fantasy 2 window update is crazy. Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of people. Because, there is still a large portion, even now in 2025, how big animes will look and be like, oh, anime, I don't fucking play that weeb shit. But they might not feel like that if they see you driving around a modern city. If you're fighting monsters in a fantasy world, they might be just like that in for me. But I think it's really going to potentially cross over to a massive audience, and Antares, if they get it right. And I think as well, they've got to hit right with the gacha mechanics as well, haven't they? I know there's been no confirmation it's a gacha game, or I'm pretty sure it's a gacha game. If it's not, I'll be absolutely shocked. But yeah, I think they've got to hit that right, because with normal players, especially in the West, they're going to be quite averse to your typical mechanics, so they've got to get that just right, haven't they? And I think if they can get that just right, launch at the right time, get it on PlayStation, have a good launch, potential's limitless, man. NT will probably have a second beta test around summer, and we'll see if that's going to be different. Yeah, I'm hoping whatever the next test is, I can try and get into it, because I wasn't lucky enough to get into the last one. I ended up watching a bit of Ethan playing it and stuff and talking about it. Yeah. Can't take my waifus to the strip club. Wait, Terror Fantasy is still going. Yeah, man, it's had a recent update, right? I think it's gone to space, apparently. Yeah, I don't know how well they're doing, but they're obviously doing well enough that they've been able to develop another game as well. So they obviously made a lot of money over the last few years, right? Yes, I did Renegade, yeah. Yeah, I signed up for that. I haven't heard anything back yet, though. Yeah, what's going on, Ken? I really like the look of Stellasaura, I do. I really like the look of Stellasaura. It's got like a proper kind of Blue Archive vibe to me. But I've said this loads of times, it's a little joke, but it's not going to get you on the list. But yeah, man, I think that looks kind of cool, man. I love the aesthetic, the music, the combat looks really cool. Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be a cool little game to play. Actually, do we know anything Gananta's devs have worked on in the past? I don't know, if I'm honest. I haven't really looked too much into the people working on the game personally. What's going on, Connie? For me, for some people, it means it matters, and it does to a degree matter who's working on the game, right? I usually, when I've looked at people who are working on games more so where it's impacted me a little bit, is when it's been a lot of early access games on Steam. Because obviously there's been some real fucking dodgy developers who've worked on it, like your Infestation Z kind of games, and Shattered Skies, all that sort of stuff, who put a game out, let it flop after 6 months, and then just go straight on to work into another game. Those are the ones that I'm interested in. Be like, okay, Sergey's working on this one. This is one to maybe not spend any money on. But I think we're in such a space in the game. I think there's loads of, I suppose it's probably a bit more of a Western issue at the moment, where there's so many great developers who've worked on games that was bangers back in the day that just, for whatever reason, it just never gets replicated again, does it? Whether it was the team dynamic, the backing, the resources, or whatever. You can look at a team and be like, oh, they worked on this game 10 years ago, and that was a fucking sick game, and then the game comes out, and it's like, damn, man, what happened to these guys? Terra Fantasy next week going to be different type of game when they add the open space map to global. They also update character models and graphics over the last few patches optimization. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have a look at that space stuff. I'm curious to see what it looks like. I played Terra Fantasy if it didn't feel cheap. Animations are cool, but the UI and stuff was, yeah, I said this about, I quite like Terra Fantasy, I do. I've got a bit of a soft spot for it, but it definitely feels like a jankier version of, like, you know, it's not a direct comparison to Genshin and WoW, but like, I think the closest things I can compare it to in the space, I'd say it's like a bit more of a janky version of those. But it's endearing, I think. I found Terra Fantasy really endearing. And I like the fact that, like, it felt like when your first 5 to 10 hours of Terra Fantasy, they threw a lot of different stuff at you, which I felt like you went through a bunch of different kind of mechanics that you just didn't get in 60 hours of Wuthering Waves or Genshin, which I kind of appreciated that. They threw a bunch of stuff at the wall. Not everything stuck, but I like that when developers do that. I do too, but mainly signing up to see if Yo. Yes, because Yostar are actually developing this, aren't they? They're not just publishing. I think it's an in-house developed game, right, by Yostar. Do you play TF2? Team Fortress 2? Are you talking about there? I don't play it, but I have played it. They updated the UI like last time. You can customize it a bit as well. Speaking of new games, you're gonna play Hoyomon when it comes out. Is that the Hypergriff game? Is that the like co-op one? Is that the one you're on about, Easy? I remember the cookies and introduction guide to the IS mode works. Do you want to watch it? We could do. Lobotomy Corp is great and the story gets very good despite the slow burn. It's not required to play Limbus, but you should check out Lobotomy Corporation Library of Ruina. Those games are in the same universe, quite long, but not sure if it's something you want to stream. I was talking about this the other day, but I didn't know about that until a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it might be interesting to check out. Yeah, it's developed. Yeah, okay, it is, yeah. And then to put me off a bit because the character design looks similar to Hoyo games, quite tiring. That's fair. See, like, you know what really got me with Ananta? There's a scene that showed where, and it was just very reminiscent to the Spider-Man games, where there was like on the building site up on top of a building, and the characters like, looks like there's a bit of stealth gameplay going on. Now, whether this looks like in-game, different question. And it had the options where you could see the UI indications that you could interact with different assets around the area, I think, to like drop on the enemies and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, ooh, okay, that's kind of interesting. And the actual interaction with the environment around you, you know, where you could like put the tires over the enemies and stuff. That got me really interested in Nanta. That was one of the things where I was like, man, this is quite unique in the gacha space. That's one thing I do like about Enfield as well. Is obviously, you know, you can blow the holes, you can make the bombs and blow stuff up. A lot of gacha games tend not to do that, and when they do, it's really basic. So that sort of stuff in Nanta, I was like, damn, that's quite unique in this space. You know? Alright, nobody's Renegade. I'll catch you later, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Yes, easy, yeah. Well, I'll have a look at that teaser in a second. I've saw it already, but we'll have a look again. I don't think that new Hoyoverse game don't have any English voice acting. There's a new Honkai game that was announced. I think that's what they meant by... Oh, Hoyomon. Oh, yeah, I get ya. Pokemon. Yeah. Get ya. I thought you was on about that game that we, the Hypergriff are making, you know, that split screen game. What was that called now? Was that called Popocon or something? Popocon, yeah. That's where I was getting mixed up then. The video's called How to Play Integrated Strategies, the Basics, if you want to check it out. Right, yeah. I don't mind having a look. I like Cookie. He makes some good content. Popcorn, that's it, yeah. That's what I was getting mixed up with there. It sounds kind of similar, I guess, right? Sounds kind of similar. Before I go, since another Hoyo game is announced, the better question to ask here is it another gacha game? Looks at all the games Hoyo developed? Probably, yes. Yeah, probably. Dude, I feel like, what that little teaser I saw, like, even the way, like, is it played in the Honkai Impact 3rd character? Like, even the way, like, they go up against each other, I'm like, bro, this is super reminiscent to Pokemon. They better hope they've got no ball throwing, because they're going to be catching a lawsuit if they have. Because, you know, Nintendo are incredibly litigious. They're waiting for that, but they saw that and like, ooh, they got billions in the bank, bro. Go on, do it. Make my day. They probably already got the freaking letter sent off to the lawyers, man. Every time a new Hoyo game gets announced, I'm scared for the previous. It's true. Yeah, true. As somebody who really enjoys Zelda, that's a good point, you know. That's a good point. Kiana from Honkai Impact Third, right? Yeah, I've never played it, Third, so I was like, I think that's Honkai Impact because I don't recognize that. Even though I don't know all the characters from Genshin, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not a Genshin character. And so my only assumption was that it was Honkai Impact Third. Yeah, I feel yeah, because like as somebody who likes Zenless, you know, I'm like, damn. Zenless came after Star Rail. Look at Star Rail. Hey, please don't do that to us because I like Zenless, you know. What is Gamba? Gamba is Gacha, right? Gamba is Gacha. What's going on? Zayox, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's it. That we're going after Palworld, wasn't it? Because I said that they've patented the idea of having a ball-like object that when you interact with, throws the ball to capture or acquiesce a creature or monster, and that was a specific patent that they went after Palworld. So I don't know. Maybe you're throwing cubes or some shit at them. That's how they're gonna get away with you. I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo make the case where you can't use a ball that's more than Pokemon to catch it. Yeah. Yo, cheese, what's going on, dude? Welcome, buddy. We lose our 50-50s in this household. Honestly, I don't think I'll check the new game out because Hoyo needs to earn back the players' trust. If CC continues being good, I might play with. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Nah, you know what? Like, sometimes I'm not the type of person that just because the developers fucked up a bunch that I won't try new stuff, bro. I get it. I don't look at people and go, you ain't gonna try this game because it's Hoyo. I'm like, man, I get it, man. Because, like, Hoyo's fucked up enough where I think that's a fair statement to be like, I ain't gonna fuck with your shit until you prove to me that it's worth messing about with. I think that's a totally fair approach, personally. Because they've messed up a lot, haven't they? And I think they've got to work to bring some players back. I mean, that's totally fair, man. You know? Totally fair. Yeah, I agree. Yo, guys, as well, if you're watching the stream on YouTube, drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to like almost 50 people turning up as well for just a random evening stream. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. My only point against that is that, yeah, exactly. That's how I look at it. Like, personally, even if there weren't, I'd still, like, you can only look at the outcome, can't you? You know, you can only look at the outcome. And personally, for me, at the moment, Zenless has been catching W's left, right, and center. I haven't really got any problems with Zenless. Okay, the Miyabi jump was kind of big, right? And we've seen HP inflation, but I think the HP inflation kind of makes sense personally because I think it was needed. And specifically, the HP inflation from the last update made sense because the boss, the robot thing, doesn't have a time where it can go invulnerable. So it makes sense for it to have a higher HP than before because it doesn't have that state. But yeah, man, like, you know, I've got no issues with Zenless at the minute, personally. I've got no issues with Genshin, honestly. I didn't stop playing. I've not got no interest to go back to Genshin, but I didn't stop playing Genshin because I was a player that was like, yeah, fuck this game, it's trash. I started playing Star Rail mainly, and then Wuthering Waves came out after that. But Star Rail stopped me playing Genshin. I'm a little bit frustrated where Star Rail went, personally, you know? Because, like, for me, I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but Bellabug was peak. I thought it was so fucking good. And then we went to Penacony. The Loafer was okay, but then we went to Penacony. He just kind of fell off a little bit for me. And I already started to see where we were going with what they were doing with the game, the gimmick of the patch, and the way that the Paracreep looked like it was really starting to come in, and not just the Paracreep, but the speed more so. And it just felt like it was starting to get like, I really was thinking, you have, and the game's kind of chill to just blast through, or you don't, and it really can be unfun sometimes. And I was just like, I didn't stop playing Honkai with the Star Rail with the intention of I'm not coming back to Star Rail. I'm done with it. I just took a break, and then that break got longer and longer and longer, and then I was just like, I just haven't got any desire to go back at the minute. And I feel like because it's a game of have and have nots, because I've been away for so long, I'm probably going to have a rough time trying to get back into it now. You know what I mean? That's how it kind of feels like for me. So it was never really a point of like, fuck Hoyo, fuck that game, I'm done with it. And don't get me wrong, from a gamer center point of view, you know, this I can look from the outside and be like, that doesn't look like a great decision. But yeah, I was never personally there for me, but I understand that some people have been burnt, you know. So, it's midnight at your place. Yeah, it's a bit late, man. It's like 6:30 for me now. I'd have usually been finished 2 hours ago. You know. I said I wouldn't play another Bethesda game, but here I am playing Oblivion Remastered, to be honest. Yeah, but dude, I've never played Oblivion. Skyrim was so good. And I've heard that this is a really good remaster. So, no, I don't judge you at all, buddy. I don't judge you at all. Who is competing with Pokemon Master? 1:30 is, yeah, you're 5 hours behind me, ain't you, dudes? See, like, the only Pokemon games I've ever really played, I played Pokemon Yellow back in the day. And I played Pokemon Colosseum. They're really the only Pokemon games I've played, apart from like Pokemon Go and the card game, and the new TCG game. I never really played, because I was never really a Nintendo console player, personally. I was more Sega when I was a kid, and then PlayStation growing up. So, like, I'd never really, like, I liked Pokemon Colosseum as well. The only problem with that was not being able to just go and catch Pokemon unless it was like a dark Pokemon. Yeah, they're the only ones I've really played, man. Pokemon Yellow was good times, oh, man. It was good times. I quit Genshin because Sumeru Desert brought me. A lot of people had issues with Sumeru, to be fair. I was a dot main in HSR. My life is pain. I can imagine that. Yeah, dude, I wanted Kafka so bad and I lost my 50-50. And still to this day, even though I didn't get her, and I know, like, obviously the dot situation, still think Kafka's one of the best looking gacha characters, personally. But I still like Wonder, aka Scaramouche. I was one of the people who liked Penacony the entire way through, but the insane power creep killed it for me when I saw the Caceres without her LC did 900k and still couldn't do MLC. I dipped. Yeah, totally fair, man. Totally fair. Yeah, I think out of all the Honkai, Huyo games, I think Star Rail's in the worst position, in my opinion, you know? You can say all you like about Genshin, whether you dislike the game, you dislike, you know, blah, 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 blah. I think fundamentally, personally, I think, you know, the game's in a better state in terms of its meta and where the game's at than Star Rail, personally. But I'm the type of person as well. There's people out there who still absolutely adore Star Rail. And yeah, fuck it, man. Even if a game's in a bad state, man, if you're enjoying it, I'm the type of person that's like, life's too short not to enjoy the thing. You know what I memean? Keep enjoying it, man. I'm tempted to play Star Rail again. Yo, Angry Hippo, thanks for the sub. We're thinking in the power creep and stop my greed. Yeah, like, I'd like to go back to Star Rail, but I know that I've missed so many characters now. I'm not going to have fun, man. My teams are going to be woefully unequipped to take on the content. Yo, what's going on, Dustin? I saw your live stream. I just wanted to say hi before going to sleep. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Would humbly recommend trying Genshin again if you're ever bored. It's great. Just chill and relax and explore. Yeah, man. I found Genshin was quite cathartic, you know? It was quite cathartic. The only Pokemon game I seriously played was Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Palworld. Yeah, I played Palworld as well, actually. I played Temtem as well. I don't know if any of you guys have played that. That is literally Pokemon. I don't know if they haven't been sued, if I'm honest. I like the Sumeru Rainforest. I play Yokai Watch. I quit Genshin because it's too much reading. Well, my phone couldn't handle more than low graphics. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that is a big problem with Genshin. I must admit, I don't think that. I think that's something that's like, you know, they're adding it to their other games as well. It's like, why is there not a skip button in that game still? It's mental. It's mental. Genshin was throwing text at me, yeah, and I didn't have physically time to read it anymore. Yeah, fairs. Yeah, man, no skip buttons. Insane, yeah. It's like, that's like a quality of life button. It's just like, I think everybody would rejoice at, but they're like, no, I don't think we're going to do that. You know? No, actually, no. I might just go back to grab Saber because Clab's probably like, yeah, I know, I don't judge you. I don't judge you, man, because like the fake Clab looks kind of sick, man. Free, was it, fucking Archer as well? Free Archer as well, yeah. Which is pretty based, honestly. Pretty based. I didn't know that we got the Aether Geyser second anniversary as well. Obviously, you guys know about this. I made a video about this today. If you don't, check out that video. But I'm done with Black Beacon now. Guys. Should we have a look at this teaser then? Together. I think you've all seen it. I've seen it, but let's just watch it together, I guess, shall we? Let's just watch it together. Why not, right? Why not? So this is the Honkai Impact character, yeah? And obviously we got Blade. Like, even this feels very Pokemon, right? I'm not imagining this, yeah? This feels super Pokemon, right? And the way, like, this does as well. But yeah, man. Hopefully we get something about this really soon, right? Because I'm interested. You know? Like you say, I wonder what it's going to be like. What if, guys? What if it's just legit like a Pokemon Go kind of game? What if that's what they do? You know, it's like got gacha mechanics, but it's like a Pokemon Go, but it's the Huyo version. Do you think they'd do that? Do you think they'd try to go into that sphere, or do you reckon we're just going to see like a typical Huyo game? It's going to launch on everything, and it's going to be it's going to be like an instance. Would you reckon it's semi-open world instance? I wouldn't imagine it's open world, right? But then again, though, there was this talk like that there was going to be an open world Honkai game, and this is going back a few years now. But apparently that was supposed to be like a shooter type game. So I don't know, you know. What upcoming games am I looking forward to? I'd say number one's probably, definitely Arknights Enfield. I'm looking forward to Ananta. I'm really looking forward to Arc Raiders. Not a gacha game, but it looks fucking sick. I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's probably right behind Enfield, actually. Like, the more gameplay I keep seeing of Arc Raiders, I'm like, oh my god, dude, this looks fire. This looks so good. I can't wait for that. And I'm desperate to get into the playtest, but the dev said no. So fuck those guys. No, I'm joking. If you ever, you're never going to see this, but if you do, like, please, I'd appreciate that. Putting Blade in there is so random, right? Like, bro, Blade like got shit on in Star Rail. Right? Hopefully my boy doesn't get shit on here as well. But yeah, like, hey, you know what? I've got nothing but positive thoughts towards this, right? There's nothing so far that show me that there's any reason to be negative. But again, I understand people being like, well, it's Hoyo, so I'm not going to even bother. I get that. Man, it looks like we've already got a bunch of different creatures here, right, as well. You know? So you reckon we're just going to see like a bunch of Hoyo IP characters? Do you reckon we'll be seeing some Zenless characters then, you know? Just hope it's not turn-based. I'd imagine it's probably turn-based. Do you reckon this might be their attempt at doing something like Epic 7 as well, where there's going to be a heavy emphasis on PvP, maybe? Do you reckon? I feel like it's going to be, yeah. I feel like it's going to be, because like, this just screams to me the way they do this. You know, new challenger. This almost feels like you've matchmaked and you've found a person to play against. So I feel like, obviously I've got no basis other than this. This is total assumption. But I feel like this screams that this is going to have a big emphasis on PvP. You know? Which I'm not against. But obviously, you know, if it is a gacha game, then there's things that come along with that. But as long as if it is going to be PvP, there's plenty of stuff to do PvE as well. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, you know, I'm here for it, man. I'm so here for it. Like, as somebody who grew up, like, you know, watching Pokemon back in the day, I'm down, man. I am so down. Yeah, but like, I wonder as well, because like I say, I'm assuming obviously we're going to see stuff across we already have. We're seeing Honkai Impact 3rd, and we're seeing Star Rail. Is it just going to be in the Honkai universe? You know, are we just going to see stuff from Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd? Or will they maybe branch out and we'll see Genshin characters as well? I hope they do that, because I think that would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. Like, just imagine being able to use Zenless characters as well. And then maybe even throwing the Bangbu in there as one of the monsters that you could use. I think that would be kind of fucking insane. You doing, babe? You're smashing stuff up. You know, I think that'd be kind of insane, actually. And there's a positive as well that I think about with that. I think if that's the case, right, they do that, does that increase the likelihood of potential collaborations outside of the game on a more regular basis as well? You know? Like, just guys, just imagine. Now, I don't know if they'll be able to do this, because we know what they're like. Just imagine if they were able to secure, like, a Nintendo deal. Just imagine if you saw, like, Ash Ketchum in here with Pikachu. Do you think that'd happen? I don't know. I feel like if they tried that, then if they approach Nintendo, they'll be like, ha, we knew it. You're just ripping us off. And then get the lawyers on them. Well, that'd be kind of insane, that would. I feel like that'd be a collaboration that would absolutely break the internet, personally. Honestly. At the end, when they show a bunch of silhouettes, there's people there, a bunch of Pokemon with them, so it has to be some kind of Pokemon game. Yeah. You've seen all the characters here. Yeah, there's already quite a few monsters, like. You know, you got look a kind of like a fox type monster here. We got a bird here as well. That looks like Blade there in the background, right? Who are these characters, guys? Who are these characters here? We've got some girl over here who looks like she's got ears. Again, haven't played Impact 3rd. Does that mean we're going to see, like, you know, well, obviously, March 7th and stuff like that? I tried to get into that too and did not. No, right. What do you reckon to be cheese? You reckon it looks good? Because I think it looks fire. Yo, what's going on, Game Helpers? No matter what game they develop, it will be a good game at its core. All hate side I agree with that as well. I think that's definitely a fair. I think that's a good point, Game Helpers. I think they make highly polished, quality games, don't they? You know, it might not be for everybody, but I think that's true. I'm looking into Tomodachi Life, living the dream in this coming next year. Don't let the Hoyo bias stop you enjoying it. Exactly, yeah. I'm with you there. I think sometimes people will let bias stop them having fun. But at the same time, I understand the bias as well. I do. Hey, Kathy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I bet they're going to do this like Pokemon Gacha game where you pull for characters and each character has their own Pokemon they come with and you can set alters with different Pokemon. You reckon? Maybe, yeah. Maybe. That could be a thing. Or like maybe something like Gundam. The Gundam SD Eternal where you can get the monsters and then having the right character with them maybe gives them like, you know, the work better kind of thing maybe. You know, there's like a synergy maybe. I don't know. Doubt that Nintendo wouldn't touch gachas. I don't know though, man. Pokemon TCG is pretty gacha. At most, could see Digimon collab. Ooh, yeah, that could be kind of sick actually. Arc Raiders looks absolutely fine. It does, doesn't it? It does, man. Right in the middle character kind of gives me Hu Tao vibes. Maybe. Again, I'm not an expert, so I couldn't really say. This is definitely Blade here, right? This is definitely Blade. Just behind me. Pretty sure that's Blade. With no blades in here anyway, but that looks like Blade anyway. Just here. Pretty sure that's Blade. Pokemon collab, which is right, dude. It's cooked so hard if they did it right. Recognize Silhouette, don't remember the name. When HSR was announced as a gacha, many people do post it and look at what happened to the game. The game will not. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna fail. They've got the golden touch, Hoyo, haven't they? Like, you know, you can say what you like about them, but they don't make failures, do they? I know people love to, you know, in the Wii space now go, Genshin's dying, man. Game's fucking so dead. It's like, bro, the game's been out 5 years, man. You know, most developers would pray for the sort of money that Genshin's made. Nintendo does not gacha Fire Emblem Heroes and Pokemon Master X, yeah, unseeded gachas indeed, yeah. Yeah, we'll look at TCG as well. Dwayne's touch, yeah, you know, love him or hate him, you can't deny it, you know. To me, like, Hoyo's kind of like a chant that people have for Man United, you know. Hated, adored, but never ignored. And I think it's kind of true. It might sound glazery. Hey, you know me. I'm no fan of any company. I like Zenly Zone Zero a lot. But I think that is kind of a perfect chant for Hoyo, in my opinion. They are hated. They are adored. But they're never really ignored, you know? They're never really ignored. I know, yeah, Kathy. I knew it was going to happen. I said this when we first seen it. That's what Rockstar do. They announce a game. There's guarantees in life, you know? What is he? Taxis, death, and Rockstar games getting delayed, man. Straight up. Yeah. But yeah, you know what? Of course, it's literally the teaserist of teasers, but you know, we can see what it is here. Oh, we can see this little creature here that looks like it's got ice creams on its head. Oh, it has actually. That's got ice creams, hasn't it? Look. You go back. Look, that looks like ice cream on its head. It's got a strawberry around its neck. You know? What's this character here? Is this another Honkai Impact character here? Who's this? Who's this chat here? Who's this? I don't know who this dude is as well. Is this another Honkai Impact character here? I just don't know Honkai Impact really because I've never played it. This background as well, when we heard about the leaks of them developing a game, this stylization of this aesthetic, this theme, it matches up directly to what was being described about the game. So yeah, again, this screams PvP to me. This screams PvP. But again, yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm here for it. Let's as gamers, let's hope it's good, right? Let's hope it's good. And when he's now Honkai Impact 3rd unit, right? No, okay. There's no excuse now. Was it? Yeah, 2013. Yeah, 2013. But so they're not big because they got lucky. They worked towards it and secured lots of followers. Well, yeah, man. They were smart, man. They were smart. They ran with Genshin. You know what I mean? There's no denying it. Don't recognize anybody here but Blade and Kiara. Okay, Kiana's. Okay, so it's not just me then, yeah? I think those characters are original. Oh, okay. That's good then, yeah. That's cool. He definitely does, doesn't he, Kathy? Yeah, for sure. I want to see Yella and Kafka and Evelyn together. Ooh, Kafka. Bring Kafka. Yes, please. Please bring Kafka. Definitely. Hey, bring March 7th as well. I love March 7th's design. She'd fit in perfectly with this sort of gamer old vibe, you know? She'd be perfect for this personally. Weird choice though, isn't he? Throwing Blade out there. It's kind of odd. Like, you know, we've fucked him over in Star Rail, but here he is. You know? Alright, let's have any of you guys seen this game? Silver and Blood? I've never heard of it. Gameplay doesn't look terrible, actually. Some of the splash art for it looks amazing as well. Actually looks amazing. Should we have a look at this stuff here about Infinity Nikki as well? Because it gets even wilder, chat. It gets even wilder. We've spoken about this on my channel. The Infinity Nikki situation. Sorry, not Nikki situation, which Black Beacon has been like burning their reputation on global recently. And then like Nikki came in and we're like, you know what? Hey, we're not one for getting shown up, and they just destroyed it to burn the reputation everywhere. With all that going on, apparently like fans were planning a boycott, but across different socials, I think in the Discord and I think maybe in the Reddit as well, people were getting banned. And apparently they were muting the word boycott. So people are planning a girl cot now, which I think is kind of based, actually, considering the game it is. So let's have a look at this. This is from Voice. So, of course, right, yeah, I get it's Voice, right? I get it's Voice. But I wanted to have a look at this. So, Infinity Nikki community plans girl cot after developer mute boycott in ongoing update 1.5 drama. The Infinity Nikki fandom has launched a girl cart after the game's developer allegedly banned boycott from the social media platforms. Let's have a little look at this then. The Infinity Nikki community has launched a girl cart after the developer Info Games allegedly censored the word boycott. Now, I don't know how true this is. I'm only going off what I'm seeing in like the Reddit and here as well. And I'm seeing people talking about it on Twitter. On the game's social media platforms, the fashion RPG, which has a large female player base, is now facing backlash from players following ongoing drama surrounding the Infinity Nikki 1.5 update. Then we can see here as well, Gongius. I'm guessing this is like a switch on Gorgeous. I don't know what this is all about, but you know, okay. I think this is kind of based though. This is kind of based. I think this is funny. Shout out to the Infinity Nikki community. I had a lot of people commenting on my previous video. I don't play the game. I haven't played the game, but I thought it was worth talking about. And people saying, thanks for like talking about this. I had a couple of people saying, leave my company alone, which was kind of weird, considering I just don't see, you know, of course, you can argue that it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think it's a little bit like kind of weird to be defending it. Surely you want the game to be better. Drama surrounding Infinity Nikki has seemingly spiraled out of control as the Gacha Games developer has stepped into yet another controversy. For those out of the loop, the popular RPG has recently had a disastrous launch on Steam after fans realised that the 1.5 update had added an 11-piece outfit to the game. In Gacha terms, this increased the game's wish banner to an insane 220 pity. I think he increased it by 40, right? This led the Chinese Infinity Nikki community to launch a boycott and flood Steam forums to warn other players from playing the game. Now, you know you fucked up when CN's angry, right? We can look at Black Beacon and be like, they're ignoring EN. Okay, all right, but when CN's angry, you can't really ignore that. So I'd love to see what happens now over the coming days and weeks for Infinity Nikki. Are they just going to staunchly ignore all of this? Because I just don't think they can. I don't think they can. So I'll be really curious to what happens. One of the sad things I thought, though, was how they've, like, changed the start to the game. Now, as somebody who didn't play it, it sounded like this really cool, quirky isekai adventure. And it seems like even just, like, the scenes that they've changed to look worse. They just visually look worse as well. Not even coming from a thematic standpoint. They just look worse. It's kind of a shame, really. So anybody new coming into the game now won't get to experience that original aspect that a lot of people said was a really good aspect of the game, which is a shame. Kind of a weird thing to do when you think about it, right? But it only got worse from there as the community became further enraged when they discovered that Infold Games had also retconned the opening story, as we just said, section of Infinity Nikki. In a possible attempt to quell the discontent, players report that the developer has now muted the word boycott on all social media platforms, such as Discord and Reddit. Insane to do when you think about it. You know, I understand, wanting to maybe stop people being insane, because we know people do that, but, I get that they don't want people boycotting it, but I think you're just going to make people mad when you're kind of silencing those sort of things, right? It's not going to go the way you want it to go, I think. Kind of like a bit of a Barbra Streisand effect almost. The move has seemingly backfired, surprising, as it has only united both the Chinese and international community. Damn, now you're in trouble when Global and CN get together. Woo, you know, that's like when the Z fighters get together, you're fucked, At first, you might have just been fighting Krillin and you're like, yeah, fuck this guy, this bald little shit. He ain't gonna do nothing. And then Vegeta and Goku turn up and you're like, oh, damn, fuck. Now, yeah, shit, we fucked it. Now we screwed the pooch. So yeah, it's not great. To launch a girl cot, I love that. That's so based. To get around the censorship, players have been encouraging fellow stylists to spam a girl cot on social media. We got some issues here as well. Ain't no way this game is going to get ridiculous. We need, what's this? Can we have a look at the image? Oh, we can't. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this, yeah? We need code words, girlies, like really ridiculous code words that feel awful to ban. Girl solidarity, girl fight back. Yo, that is so based. That's so based. Someone more creative than me help. Solidarity with our fellow Chinese players. Girl cot today. You know they ain't gonna want to fucking mute that, man. That's fucking sick. Shout out to the Infinity Nikki community, man. Hey, a woman scorned, right? A woman scorned, man. They're gonna learn the hard way. The word boycott is also just straight up blacklisted on the official sub. Tried to respond to someone's complaints earlier, telling them that telling them the same concerns of why the CN server are boycotting. And as soon as that word came in the comment field, turned red and wouldn't let me post. Insane. The controversy continues. Over the Infinity Nikki subreddit, players vented their frustrations at the studio for banning boycott from their socials. Ain't no way, we need gold girls. We just read that, right? This new girl cot development is notable as Infinity Nikki has a large female player base, which we know this. Well, it's obvious, but we looked at the TikTok accounts, didn't we? And you can see the gender of followers, which obviously is not a one-to-one representation of the game, but it's probably quite close. The people following the official TikTok, there's probably a large portion of them are playing the game, right? And it was around 70%, so it's safe to say that the majority of the players are girls, right? So 70% of the game's active community, so the use of girl cot is now becoming a rallying cry for the fandom to voice their discontent. The girl cot campaign instantly spread like wildfire on social media platforms such as Reddit, as players began to use the in-game Infinity Nikki photo feature to spotlight the girl cot hashtag. I love this chat. I fucking love this, man. This is fucking mint, this is. Shout out to the community, man. Got permanently banned from official Discord for posting this. No way. That's insane, isn't it? I don't know what. I'm not salty. It's just funny at this point. Now, I wonder was it just the image? Is that what they just posted there, what they've said just above it? I'm not salty. It's just funny at this point, or was there some other context to it? Let's be fair, there might have been. They might have said something a little bit more inflammatory, right, that got them banned. But if they did get banned just for this, that's insane, That's insane. You're literally just reporting facts, right, It's not like you're saying, oh, fuck this game, it's shit. But just posting the Steam reviews at the moment, which they have got to accept. That's how Steam works. It's going to happen. To get banned for that, insane. Permanent as well. Permaban, man, bro. Despite Info Games issuing an apology on April 29th, the Infinity Nikki community doesn't seem to be accepting it. Apology doesn't mean shit at the end of the day, does it? Look at Black Beacon. Unless you're acting upon it, It really doesn't mean shit. In fact, the outrage and anger only seem to be growing by the day. The developers reported moves to mute criticism has only made things worse. Calls for girl cot first started on May 1st, when a player made a Reddit thread claiming had been permanently banned from the official Infinity Nikki Discord. The user's crime, posting a picture of the game's negative Steam reviews. Well, that's what we can be led to believe, because that's what they said. But we know the internet. I think we've all been around enough now. That doesn't necessarily mean that's true. But we can only go off what they said, right? I'm not calling them a liar at all. But you know what they posted right before that, right? You're just saying you don't know. It might have been something worse. This culminated in the community feeling that the developer was purposely shutting down any criticism. I think that's fair to come to that thought process about the Infinity Nikki 1.5 update. Even if you don't care about gacha games, the Nikki drama, in my opinion, is important. It raises a question: what happens if a game's player base says no? What happens when the players are so upset that a game risks losing its entire community? I think this is fair. Like, I don't get involved in a lot of the let's shit on Star Rail, let's shit on Genshin stuff, right? I will speak about stuff though that I think can come out of that game and spread, you know, like the Casteris global passive, you know, these sort of things when games are retroactively changing things, the Black Beacon stuff when they're shitting on one group of the player base. This is bigger than the game, right? It's one thing if a game has a bad patch. Okay, I don't play that game. I don't care. But when there's nefarious stuff happening in the game, like rates being changed, player base is getting insulted, disrespected, then I think it's time to be like, oh, that's something worth acknowledging, because this could spread, and if people don't say no, could affect us all, couldn't it? I think there is times when it's like, maybe there's a time to draw a line in the sand, you know what I mean? I wonder which game would EOS first, Black Beacon or Infinity Nikki? I don't know, man. I think they're speedrunning it this time, right? I think they're speedrunning it this time, but I think it could be Black Beacon, you know, honestly. Damn, I thought Nikki was such a good game at launch. How'd they fuck this up? Insane, right, Realm? Insane. That was the Pulse's date of birth. What was that? 1984 in-game players. That was the Pulse's date of birth. How long has Infinity Nikki been around? I'm not exactly sure, to be fair, Zaxoff. Do I read the chat? I do, yeah. I'm just reading this at the moment, but I do read the chat. Where were we at? Okay. It's easy to forget that Infinity Nikki was a beloved game just a few months ago when it came out in 2024. There you go. There's the answer. I don't know exactly when. I think it was it early 2024 or was it late 2024? Let me know. The RPG had one of the most laid-back communities in the industry. For many women and groups, Infinity Nikki was considered the antidote to toxic gaming trends, so it's incredible to see a beloved RPG lose its fandom this quickly. However, at least from what I've seen, the player as well, wasn't Infinity Nikki doing pretty well on revenue as well? I don't think it was setting the world alight, but I don't think it needed to make the changes it made, right? I've seen some people try and argue that, oh, well, they needed to add certain things because it needed to be done, but it's like, they could have just added those. They could have been part of the other parts of the garments, right? It didn't need to get additional pieces. I think that's a bit of a bad defense, personally. They could have just said, we're going to add the socks to this part of the outfit, or however it works. I don't know, but I don't. That's like saying, oh, you know, we needed to add a different design to a weapon, so we've added a second part of a weapon now, so you're going to have two weapon banners. It's like, did you really need to do that? I don't think you did. So, yeah. However, at least from what I've seen from players, Girl Cop means more than just criticising a game's recent update. Instead, the campaign is a community standing together to voice their fear that they're not being heard, and I think that's a fair thing. This is insane, actually. This is chat. This is insane. It is insane, right? If Black Beacon EOS, I hope they realise it was easily avoidable and was entirely their own fault. Agree, Ken. Agree. The same thing with this, right? This is in a situation where, obviously, Black Beacon's a little bit different. It had a really bad launch. It's had its problems. But I think at the core of it, there's a good game there, right? In terms of the combat, and the banners are really generous, all that sort of stuff. And they've fucked it themselves, haven't they? This isn't a perfect example of that again. Games come out. People seem to really like it who play it. You know, it's visually pleasing. It's developed itself a core fan base that really appreciates the game. And then they've gone, wow, this is really good. We appreciate all the support. Now we're just going to burn it to the ground. Insane. Like, insane. Again, as I say, I don't know the exact revenue numbers because none of us do. But as far as I'm aware, this game is doing okay, I believe. So to then do the things they've been doing, it's kind of crazy, right? It's actually kind of crazy that they've gone to this, they've gone down this route for the game. It's a shame. It's a shame. And as somebody who doesn't play the game, I like to see the game's doing well. I'm a gamer. I want to see everybody have fun with it, right? So yeah, 1,984 in game. So yeah, man, wild times in the gacha space. It seems like the space is imploding, chat. Imploding, right? The Black Beacon situation, this right now. Who's next, right? Who's next? Which game's about to do some wild shit and just burn all the goodwill that they've had recently? It's actually kind of crazy. I kind of like this stuff, though. Well, I don't, because it's shitty for the industry, but it's kind of better than CC's going at each other's throats or communities. At least there's some unification here. And we're seeing CC Global come together to stop some pretty nefarious stuff in a game. And I'd love to know what you guys think about this one. And yeah, I think I'm going to upload this as well. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Give it a like, all that good stuff. The Infinity Nikki drama continues. What's going to be next, guys? What's going to be next, man? It's kind of insane, no chat. You've got a weird feeling. I hope it's not. I hope it's not, man. Like, their anniversary's coming up. After Wuthering Waves kind of I don't want to say I had a bad anniversary, but, you know, it wasn't what people were expecting. It feels like ZZZ's kind of got like a home run set up. All they need to do is have a really good anniversary, and they're flying. I feel like they're going to do really well. The game's done okay anyway. But, yeah, I'm a little bit worried myself as well that they're going to fuck up, because I really like Zenless, I do. Who else is started Gacha drama wars? It's so pathetic. Yeah, it's some of the. I was saying this earlier. I like a bit of drama from time to time, but man, the Wiwa Space recently, specifically the Wiwa Space, has been incredibly lame. Incredibly lame. Like, the drama ain't even fun drama. It's just petty bullshit, man. You know, like super petty bullshit. Like, I mean, yes, I've heard some things that apparently have come from leaks, but I'm going to hold, because there was leaks about Wiwa and they all turned out to be bullshit, didn't they? So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Even if we were F it up, they fix it anyway. For me, like, don't get me wrong, I think they fucked up the anniversary, right? I think they fucked up. I think I'm not even, there needed to be a 3-5. So I just think the anniversary banner could have just been done a little bit better. The Gilded Night market could have done a little bit better. There could have been more celebratory things within the patch itself. But Wuthering Waves has done so many good things. I said in my Black Beacon video, I give developers a lot of leeway. It usually takes quite a few things for me to go, oh, fuck this, I'm done, right? I'm nowhere near that with Wiwa. I've just been having a break from Wiwa. But I think there's a good chance that they'll probably alleviate some of the concerns that players have had. You know, my biggest worry at the minute with Wuthering Waves, got fuck all to do with the anniversary. I'll tell you, my biggest worry at the minute is where we're going with the meta, potentially. Because obviously we've got negative status effects, right? Which are interesting in themselves. But I'm worried that it's going to become the dominant meta. And it's going to make team building a lot more restricted than what it has been. You know, of course, there's always better characters and synergy in the game. Of course there is. But I've always felt like Wuthering Waves has been, if you're good at the game, you can kind of get away with like quite a lot of variety. And I'm not saying Zani has solidified that that's a problem. I'm worried that we're going to be in 6 months' time. We're going to have really restrictive team building in Wuthering Waves. I hope I'm wrong, and I might be, you know. But it's one of my biggest worries at the moment is that, because whatever, Spectral Frazzle, Aero Erosion is going to be a massive factor to your kit. You're going to need a character that can apply it or buff it, and it's like, okay, all right, cool. So, you know, and then it's like, it's going to take a while to get all those units now, because it doesn't look like old units are going to get those applied to the kit through Echoes or the kits. So we have to now build up a new roster of characters. Gen 2. I said this. People said I was mad. I says we're going to lean into a Gen 2 in Wuthering Waves, kind of like how you did in PGR. And people's like, now we are. We are. We already are. Like, we've got it. The new units have status effects. Old units don't, do they? And they're just fundamentally work in a different way. So, you know, I guess we'll see. But I hope it doesn't become a real dominating factor in the game. And if it does, Kuro really work to make it not restrictive. That's all I hope for anyway. Yeah, I agree with that. Artist. I really do. I'm sure ZZZ will learn from Wiwa. Oh, I'm just saying that it'd be nice if they see that and they've got a home run, man. They've only got to do a few things and they're killing. A couple of good events, maybe a really good banner with low pity or something like that, a selector, something like that. I don't know, a guarantee. I think they've smashed it out of the park there. I really hope Arc9's Enfield devs are just enough to satisfy with their management of the game, not to go too far right or far left. I'm really looking forward to Enfield. I think it started with the call out to needing Sheji, to be honest. They need to find a way to take the weight off the characters coming out. Even just Zani and Phoebe is too much. Yeah, now I know, like, you'll obviously find people who argue the minutiae and be like, well, you don't need this. You can have the rover, which is obviously a lot less effective than people saying. I've even heard some people saying, well, you don't even need a spectral frazzle application character. And it's like, really? I haven't played the character yet, so hey, I'm not even going to argue, but doesn't look like that's the case to me, right? Doesn't look like that's the case to me. And I don't want to get into that state, you know, where like you're gonna have specific like characters are gonna realize like I'm okay if Wuthering Waves lean down that, right? You know, if they do that, right? So like take Zani for example, right? I'm okay with having DPSs come out that have a negative status effect that really need another unit to apply a negative status effect or buff the negative status effect, and they can take advantage from it, right? And stack or whatever. Start to create subclasses, allow a branching way to develop characters. So, okay, if I don't have that character that's going to buff my DPS, allow me to then want to pull that character by maybe building that character into a tank or a sub DPS, you know? So they go from being a DPS that benefits off this status effect to being built into a way that they do something else entirely. Because that's the one change I would have liked to have seen with Wuthering Waves is branching skill trees. You know, I don't think enough gacha games do that, where characters can be built differently. This is one thing that I was saying that I really would like to have saw from Enfield, you know, where characters can be built like tanks, and then maybe actually, you know what, I don't want to build this character like a tank, I want to build them in a different way. And then certain characters are a bit more archetypes, so they'll benefit more from being built that way. But there's a bit of freedom and variety. I suppose I'm just looking at things like a proper RPG game, I suppose. But, you know. ZZ might give HP steroids so you run it. So you run it. You know what? I want to see more game modes where time limits are not part of the fucking game. The Trial Crisis thing, whatever it was called in Wuthering Waves. Love that mode. Love that mode, and I want to see more of that. I fucking hate timer modes. I do. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I'm really not a fan of it. A lot of people learn this, but Chinese people are not looking at what others are going. It's about statistics and agreements. It's so confusing to explain. It's just like how the West gamers work. Main worry for Enfield is that I don't see how they'll bring the same quality events as the original, since Arknight events are all about entirely new stories and characters instead of mini games. Well, it's going to have to be running in a totally different way, isn't it? Because you're going from a strategic tower defense game into a more action oriented game, aren't you? So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle events and mini games, all this sort of stuff. Like I'm curious as well. One of the big things for me as well is how they keep the base building intriguing when you go to new areas. Is it literally just going to be a new gimmick, or they're really going to turn things up as well? Hoping my phone can handle decent graphics for Arknights Enfield. Yeah, hopefully you guys on mobile can get a good experience. If she only fed off Brazil instead of converting it, she'd already be way less restrictive. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. So most people don't like the idea that they're forced to pull one character they don't like for another character. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean. You know. And I know people will say, well, you've got the Spectral Rover. And it's like, yeah, but it's not the most efficient. And then you'll say, well, you're never going to get the most efficient free to play. It's like, yeah, not asking for that, but just some variety. This is why I said the way they could fix it is by bringing out more 4-stars that apply negative status effects, right? They're not as good as a premium option, but they're just a little bit better than the Rover, because I just fucking hate using the Rover for one, personally. And I think we could do with more 4-stars. I think it'd be better for the game in general, you know? And they could have it so then that maybe it'd be a really cool way to generate some goodwill with the community after the anniversaries, that, you know, maybe some of these 4-stars come out from events, and then the copies are in the pool, in the standard pool. So you want to get some copies, you get some copies. The first copy's free from an event or something like that. Yeah, I agree, Kenya. I agree. Yeah. I love the way they're doing the gear in Enfield. If this game is like all Hoyo characters together, I'd choose my girl Kiana. I really love the aesthetic for Kuro games and Hypergriff, PGR, Wiwa, and Arknights. They're just far from big man Mihoyo. Arknights is all about strategy. It reminds me of the break meta in Penacony, to be honest. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. I can see where you're coming from a little bit. Is Miho really the gacha games or the Nintendo? I don't think they're comparable personally, because there's just too little sample of time, isn't there? You know, I think there's no denying that Hoyo put out quality in this space. They do, you know, they do, don't they? They put out quality. Where for a long time you can't say the same for like EA and Ubisoft. Nintendo put out a lot of quality, don't they, as well? They've been doing it for years, man, you know? They've been doing it for years, haven't they? I'm gonna watch the IS guide video. I might leave that for the Arc Knight streams. Keep it in the Arc Knight streams, though, Claude. And then people are here for the Arc Knight stuff, like can watch that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, maybe. 4-star sub supports the 5-star instead of DPS, in my opinion. Yeah, fair. I just think we should be getting more 4-stars with negative status abilities, because, you know, it just feels like we're restricted anyway at the moment. All the new characters that come out, because next character that comes out, right? Chiakona, right? It's going to have to really probably rely on the Aero Rover, I would imagine. There's going to be some synergy there. We don't know the kit yet, do we? Actually, has a kit been released? It might have, yeah. And then, like, when we go to the Havoc side of things, like, for a while, it just feels like these characters that come out that are going to take advantage of this are going to be restricted. And then we're going to have more support units that come out to benefit the next role of things. Because that's why I think at the moment we're seeing Wua come out with the support units first. Because otherwise, if you come with a DPS unit first, the DPS unit's not going to be desirable, because it's going to be missing a core component of what makes it work. You know, just imagine if Zany came before Peebs. People would be like, yo, fuck pulling her. What's the point? I don't have to use her with Spectral Rover. That sucks. And then Spectral Rover still not being able to give her exactly everything she needs, or at least a lesser version. There's going to be a lot of people, yeah, I'm skipping that, where, like, I feel like we're going to probably see that with a few units now. We're going to see the support unit come out and then the DPS unit come after, which is a little bit unique in the gacha space, isn't it, really? Chicon is the Aero version of Phoebe. Yeah, I don't know too much about a kit, man. I don't know too much about a kit. It's in the React Smash. Nice one. You also like the PGR and Arc Knight's aesthetic. I love PGR's aesthetic. PGR's aesthetic's fire. I really like PGR. I do. You can look at a kidding game right now. Okay, yeah, okay. Release new mechanic, only a few characters work, and it forced to pull yeah, you know, it's smart, I guess. It's smart. I think the Kuro just get away with maybe people being a lot more positive towards what they do, because it's slightly better than what some other companies do, where I'm always in the fence, the space of, like, can we compare against what we're doing here, rather than, like, I'm okay with comparing, but, like, if we're going to look at the negative part of a game and be like, well, it's not as bad as the negative in that other game, I'm like, well, I'd rather look at the positive, like, well, this game's better than that in this regard, but, like, this game's less worse than that. I'm like, I don't know if that's really the thing for me, where I'm like, yeah, that's fucking sick, man. Yeah, that's exactly what I want, that is. We're just talking a little bit about, well, we ended up getting on to talking about Wuthering Waves and negative status effects, because I don't know how the fuck we got into this conversation now, if I'm honest. We were talking about the teaser for Honkai, the new Honkai game. How's it going as well, Mr. Comment? Welcome to the stream. As an artist, Miho sticks out so much with his art style. Colours are popping, vibrant, shining, simplistic, well colour and hypergraph, more rough, complex, stylish, really illustrates. Illustrative. It's kind of blowing my mind that PGR and we were collab with two of my favourite games as well. Gonna go back to Lurking Nobody's Cathy, Cyberpunk and DMC5. I just want to see a crossover with PGR, man. I just want to see Crimson Weave in Wuthering Waves, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's the shit I've been waiting for since launch, you know? The last PGR Vera leak was insane. They really improved a lot. Yeah, I'm a fan of PGR. I am a fan of PGR. Was there anything good in this stream, chat? Is it worth having a look at? I don't know if there's anything good in here. I've been yapping for ages now as well, man. I mean, yapping. Do you know what? I kind of like just yapping sometimes. You guys should know this already. Guys, as well, if you haven't already dropped a like on the stream, it's very much appreciated. Smash the like button. We've had like 50 people in here for majority of the stream. We haven't even hit 20 likes, man. What are you doing? Step your game up, man. Power creep the shit out of that like button. I'd appreciate it. I didn't see the live stream. Honkai Star Wars, the new game they're talking about. It's, well, it looks like a Pokemon game, really. This was a teaser, I'll show you. We've already watched it, but play it back, I don't mind.
你好吗？我现在来到了一个新的位面，这里有好多新奇的事物。
I'm twitching up Marvel.
新的挑战。
I appreciate it, Cannon. Me too, man. I saved so much for XPGR, but it didn't happen. Yeah, dude, I feel like that would have been an insane announcement. Because I know we got the Cyberpunk announcement, but that's next year, right? Would have been an insane announcement if they dropped that at the end. Oh, we've got a double collab. Get fucking, I don't know, Crimson Weave, whatever. Bianca Stigmata in fucking Wuthering Waves in 2 point whatever. Oh my god, I'd have been here for that shit. I'd have been here for that shit. Yeah, look, you know, of course, it's obviously a tease. We can't get much from that, but yeah, just from, like, say, from me for this screams PvP, which I'm not against, but be interested to see what happens. As long as there's plenty of PvE, I'll be happy. Yeah, man, yeah. Let me just have a little scan through these guys, see if there's anything interesting in here. That seems loud. I've got a soft spot for Aether Gazer. Okay, they're doing like an Arc Knight style here, yeah? With the VAs coming in. I don't know if that's copyright, I'm not sure. It feels like it will be. We got bikini skins, have we? What's this? Damn! You can't see that because it's behind my head. Jeez.
We'll build a factory in the slums for you all to toil away at. Or would that give the impression I think too highly of you?
So he's like ENVA's back then? Because somebody told me when you get to like chapter 9 in this game, because I haven't got that far into it, that the ENVAs went away because of the cash situation. Are they back now? Or is this just for the cutscenes and stuff?
He started
I'd give the impression I think too highly of you.
That looked pretty badass, actually, that dude.
Don't even think about it. Laying a finger on ground. I'm so sick of these cocky dudes. They're so greedy. They just don't know when to quit. Then,
Not gonna lie.
favor. Very important to the people of Gamba.
It's kind of sick.
Oh man, looks like things are getting out of control.
Yeah, the NBA, but not for the story.
Get everything I'm not supposed to know.
So just like character combat lines, all that sort of stuff like.
Oops, sorry. Guess I don't know my own strength.
Yeah, because like that was one thing that I felt like when I started playing anything else. Like, man, the VA's decent in this game as well.
Everything that happened today is top secret.
Nice character designs. Now publishing rights changed from Yosar to Yongshi recently, and voices for trailers and battle lines in game. Right, okay. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me easy. I think it's safe to say. I think the what's her name, Corinth, whatever her fucking name is, the one who plays Pie Man. I think she really did a disservice to the strike situation, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of nuance to that whole situation. Like, it looks like, for a whole, it was all about SAG-AFTRA getting a little bit more control, whatever. But that aside, I think she did a real disservice to the whole situation. I think she just kind of made like, a lot of people look really bad, and specifically herself. She has made herself look like a fucking idiot, man. You know? And I'll be surprised if she gets to stay on it. And the idea that how is she going to do outside of the space? Like, I don't feel like anyone is going to want to. I wouldn't if I was running a business, and she would, like, she's a terrible ambassador for your company. You know, now, obviously, I know when people work for companies, they can say what they like, but you've got to be careful when you're saying stuff about the people you work for, especially on public platforms. Say what you like in the privacy of your own home, but you're like, you know, It just doesn't look good, does he? I think she's like a medium pace PGR to me. I think that's a fair assessment, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she did make it all about herself. Name's Corinna, we can call her that if you want. Yeah, she like that video that I saw that she put up of her like being sick in the toilet while she wanted to talk about it. It was just like, bro, who does that? Who's like, oh God, I feel like, because I know she's got issues and stuff, like, oh, I'm throwing up, the stress is getting to me, let me set up my camera and now do a little diatribe. Like, really? Like, this is pathetic. You know? This is really sad, like.
その裏では財閥同士が暗闘を繰り広げているのさ。ライフテックは遺伝子医薬でシャシバートで最も大きな企業になったけど、それもギャミと
Maybe we need to hop back into Aether Gazer. Maybe we need to hop back into Aether Gazer. I have to have a proper watch of that. I'll have to have a proper watch of you. Oh, is that a collab? Was that a God Eater collab, was it? That was going on there? Hey, everybody's. I think I was the first. I think I was the first out the mark with this one, wasn't I? I think I was the first out with that. They're breaking news from Pixel Tree, guys. Breaking news. I've seen a lot of people reacting to it. Not that I've got a monopoly on stuff like this, but it's just cool. One of the early guys. One of the early guys. Add another game to the poll then. Where's it? The what's it, man? The fucking. It was. Is it Sid from Toy Story? This one, yeah. 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 That's what I think, guys. Are admin MC, new design on the submarine. It looks. Oh, have they redesigned the MC? Okay, interesting. There's an answer. God Eater, excited guys. The collab is coming to global and CN servers the site. Oh, no way. Because there's a disparity in that. There's a bit of a. Is that getting merged? That. One thing that stopped me playing Aether Gazer right off the bat was because when I first played it, I think it's when the PC client first dropped, and the controls was fucking shit on PC, but they've fixed it now. I'm glad that, yeah, we were as problems and issues, but most of it's in-game. It's the dev's fault for in-game, not outside the fandom community, especially the Weaver VAs. I'm really glad it didn't turn into another Genshin fandom. I don't know, man. I think there's parts of the Weaver community that really do feel like Genshin 2020 are do. I really do. I saw they're not gonna lie, the Weaver doing policies a bit much anniversary with me, but Power Creep really hasn't made its way in yet. Yeah, I agree. We're just talking about this. Like, I'm a little bit worried about like the whole negative status effect stuff, like I was saying about it being restrictive. But I don't think we've got a power creep problem in Weaver yet. I don't think we have. Now, will it happen? Probably. I think it happens for most gacha games to a degree. It's how bad and how fast it happens. It's all about the timing for me when it comes to power creep. I've even said this before. Power creep can be a positive for the game if done right. You know, if these units become desirable without making other units obsolete, and the time it happens as well, and then making good support units and buffs to old units that lift everybody up. But yeah. Look, man, I critique Weaver a lot. And the reason I do that is because I love the game, right? I love it. You know, you'll find me critiquing Wuthering Waves more than Genshin because I don't play Genshin anymore, more than Star Rail because I don't play Star Rail anymore. Like, I'll only critique games that I don't play when I think the thing that's worth critiquing could affect the games that I do play. You know, if Genshin has a shit patch, I'll laugh because it's funny. It's funny to look at games and you know, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, well, yeah, you know, I critique the games I like more than the games I don't like because I'm like that. You know, you should be critical of your friends, right, and people who you cared about, and you should call them out when they're doing bad stuff the same way as the things you enjoy. And I think it's even more imperative to be critical about Wuthering Waves, I do, because you've got a quite well, I wouldn't say transparent, but a developer that's quite open to feedback, right? You know, they are quite open to feedback, whatever you say. I think they are, and I think that's a perfect people to voice your criticism. That's why you should always do it respectfully, because you're more likely to get heard then, rather than I do think Huyo are a lot less open to feedback. Well, not so much that they're open to it, but I don't think they act on it as much as that they could personally. But I think Kuro, at least I think anyway, I think they're very open and reactive to feedback, and I think you should definitely put it out there personally. Didn't even realise that Terra Fantasy didn't have a live stream for the last 2 years. We Tencent and then devs announced like, oh, have they got live streams back? Have they? Oh, that's cool then. Yeah, I agree. Easy. I think the majority of the Wuthering Waves community is chill, and they're good, and they're actually quite open to critical thought processes. I do. Obviously, there's a minority, like any community, that's not so. I think one of the reasons why the Weaver community gets a bad rep sometimes is because I think it's the CC side of things, honestly. And there's a lot of the CCs that I'm thinking of when I say these things, and I've got a lot of respect for, and I actually like, I'm the type of person I think you can be critical and even call somebody out for stuff they do and still really like a person, you know what I mean? And respect them. But I think that's a bit of a problem in the Weaver CC space. It kind of amplifies the negative parts of the Weaver community more, if you know what I mean? Where like I feel like a lot of other gacha games, the CC space is more about the game, and there might be toxic positivity, definitely, in some of these spaces. They ignore problems, definitely. But I think they spend a lot more time in their own lane, when I feel like in the Weaver space, it feels like half the time at least, they spend time talking about other stuff than the game, if that makes sense. Which for me is like, I don't dislike it. I just think it's worth pointing out. You know what I mean? I just think it's worth pointing out. I'm not going to lie, I play Weaver because I play PGR, so I'm out of touch with the community since I don't want to be involved with the drama. I'll stop giving a damn and just, yeah, it's the best way to be, Crimson Man. I'm the same, Like, I see what's going on. I've seen people who have actively stopped playing Wuthering Waves because they think the community's toxic. I think that's silly. I'm not saying they're wrong in how they feel. I think if you allow the community to make you dislike the game, I think you should just ignore them. Enjoy the game. Keep playing it. Just play what you... Life's too short to let other people... Again, like what Easy said, people dislike Huyo. But if Huyo, this game comes out, this Pokemon-like game, and it's a banger, don't not play it because Huyo's previous stuff, right? Just enjoy the game for what it is, and then when it stops being good, or the fuck up, bounce. That's how I'm being with Zenless, I like Zenless, and I'll continue to like Zenless until they do something that I'm like, yeah, I'm out now, just like the Black Beacon situation. I had a lot of issues on launch, but there was a lot of things I liked about it, but now they've just gone a little bit step too far, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm done with this now. I'm done with this. Yeah, I think what it is with Wuha, I think this is a fair point. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's a lot of people in the Wuthering Wave space, right, who are massive fans of Genshin, and they've felt slighted by Genshin, right? And now they're in Wuthering Waves. That's their new girlfriend. It feels like they feel like they're a jilted lover almost. They were scorned by a previous relationship. And even though they've found somebody new, they still haven't got over it. They're still stalking their Facebook and maybe leaving mean messages about them or talking about them in other group friends. Like, yeah, she's a fucking bitch, man. Yeah, I was sitting at the pub the other day. Yeah, looking like a right slag as well. Did you see it? Have you seen a new chap? He's ugly, isn't he? That's what I kind of feel like is happening in the Weaver space at the minute. That's what it feels like to me. And hey, we're human at the end of the day. And I think it just shows a lot of those people were big fans of Genshin. Because I think if you didn't play Genshin, why would you feel any sort of way about Genshin? I don't feel like you would. But I feel like there's a lot of that in the space. Honestly. So that's how I feel, man. Because you just see the way people are speaking about it sometimes. It's like, oh, yeah. Did you catch her getting a cheek spread, did you? Now you can't get over it. I'm on Weaver. I see tons and tons of fan art, incredibly amazing illustration. There's a fan animations. Oh, yeah, man. They're fucking hell. There's amazing parts of the Wuthering Waves community. There is. There is. Like, every community's got its positives. Every single community's got its positives in every game. And that's the vast majority. Because what you got to take into account with video games, yeah, it's just like politics. The majority is silent. They don't speak about it. They don't post things about it. They don't get angry in comment sections or on Twitter or in Reddit. They just play the game, and then when they stop enjoying the game, they stop playing the game, right? The super positive element and the super negative element, whichever end of the spectrum you happen to be on, You're the minority. You know, if you're glazing a game every day, you're the minority. If you're hating on a game every day, you're the minority. The majority is that person who jumps on every day, plays for a few hours, hops off, goes to work, goes to school, gets on with their life kind of thing, might watch some content, might post here and there maybe, but yeah. And I think we have to see that with every community. You know, we can be quick to tar communities with a type of brush, can't we? You know, like it's easy to say the Wira community is just the hate Genshin, right? Or the Hoyo community's full of crazy people who want to stalk the way and kill cats, you know. The PGR community's full of really elitist gatekeepers, you know. That's not the majority of any of the player bases. The majority of them are just chill people they're just chill guys, you know. They're just chill guys. They're just playing video games, aren't they? You know. I think some people's enjoyment of a game extends beyond the game itself. Games can foster a community. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Genshin PTSD. Yeah. What was it like? I love that video of Ryuku Sensei when he said, "I've got post-Pentagon traumatic stress disorder." Was it PPSD or PPSTD? Or I can't remember exactly what he said now. The audience don't want to watch other contents. They want to watch drama. They want to see people fight. It's like Roman Colosseum. Yeah, again, as I say, obviously, I think some of this is fostered by the CCs. You know what I mean? That there is a lot of that in the Wira space of a lot of the stuff feels like it's, oh, let's talk about this other thing and how terrible this is. Where, like, I feel like in the CC space in some other games, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. It's anecdotal evidence, right? But it feels like they're just kind of playing the game. And when they're not playing the game, they might be talking about another game. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Organized community is not welcomed. Skill issues, though. I can say that. You know what? I've found the Arknights community super welcoming. You know, super welcoming personally. But again, anecdotal. You know, I've had 2 people be like outwardly like kind of like super toxic about the way I've ran my streams in Arknights. And this is global and CN, because a lot of my content, my Arknights content, gets reposted to Bilibili, and everybody's been chill over there. So I've been really happy about that. You know, like the CN side of things been super chill about my content as well. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because loads of people in the Arknights community have said like that is one thing that you'll find maybe, but I think it's because that's the way I aim my content at, is I'm learning the game. You know, I'm approaching it from that angle. My streams are about just kind of having fun for the most of the time. You know, and yeah, man, I really enjoy my Arknight streams. I do. You know, I really enjoy my Arknight streams. I think it's because I probably set up a few parameters off the get-go as well, which I think people kind of like. I'm new to the game, you know. We're going to take things at my own pace. We're not using the 6-star selector off the bat. We're not using our E2 tickets. We're not going to choose super OP units at the start of the game. You know, we're going to, at the moment, still stick to E1 until I can't. And I've been enjoying it. It feels like the community's been enjoying it as well. And it's been a real good back and forth, man. I felt I've been having a blast. From playing Arknights. First time hearing PGI is full of elitists and gatekeepers. I wouldn't say it's full of it, but like I've definitely seen it. I've had a few people when I first started playing PGR that was like, oh, you know, everything else compared to it just doesn't hold up. And but then again, no, that's probably just people enjoying the game as well at the same time. Maybe it's an unfair statement. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff, to be honest. When I'm tired of a game, I just quit. Yeah, same here. You know, like I say, I'm human. I like watching a bit of drama from time to time. It's human nature, really. You know, everybody looks at a car crash on a road when you're going past. You know, it's not that you want to see. You don't want to see car crashes happening because you don't want to see people hurt. But at the same time, you're like, what's happened there? Same thing when you see content creators arguing with each other or something. You know, I can't help sometimes be like, whoa, okay, maybe I'll get the popcorn here. But after a while, it's like, oh God, can we talk about something else here? Do we really have to have the 7th video about this particular content creator because they said something that you didn't agree with? Like, that's when it gets a little bit dry, because it's like, man, this is boring now. This feels like, you know, a bunch of schoolgirls arguing over Did you hear what Sasha said about fucking Sarah? Oh my God, I just can't let that go, you know? And then 6 months later, they're still going on about it. It's like, okay, man, we get it. You know, Sarah's a bitch, man, or Sasha's a bitch. I don't know, whoever, I forgot who's the bitch now, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it feels like in the Wither space sometimes. So my friend, remember the famous quote back in the day, there are no bad operators, just bad doctors. Oh, yeah, actually, hold up a second, guys. What's up, babe? What's up? I'm all right at the minute. I might, I'll speak to you in a bit, Betty. Guys, what if we did this? Get yourself something though, babe. What if we did something like this for a stream? I know this is a total segue, yeah? Total segue. What if, I mentioned this before, but would you like be down for maybe like an Ark Knights cosplay stream one day? I'm not gonna like solidify when exactly it's gonna happen, but I'm kind of like, some of these are kind of expensive though. I suppose not really in the cosplay sort of space, like, but I kind of want to do this, man. You know? I mean, and that one's probably gonna be shit because it's like 28 quid. What's this here? Let's have a look on just on the images first. Let's get to shopping. It's like I kind of want to do like a doctor cosplay. Seems like this is exact same one, yeah. I think it'd be kind of fun. It does go hard, doesn't it? It does, you know. It does. So yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to do. Actually. You know, I think I can wear that outside and not look too weird. Unreal. I kind of regret not giving Ark Knights because it's chibi. Yo, I was the same. Like, I saw Ark Knights gameplay, I don't know when I first saw it, right? And I was like, yeah, that's not for me, man. I'm not into tower defense games, and I'm not against chibi art style because I like chibi art style, but I was just like, yeah, it's not my vibe. I've got to say, man, Ark Knights has sold me hard. I'm loving the story. I'm loving the generosity. Shit, I just got thorns free, you know? I'm loving the events. I'm loving the character designs. I'm loving the variety. I'm loving the stage variety. I'm loving the strategic element to the game. I'm loving that feeling when you hit a stage and you're like, what do I do? And then you gradually, things start to slot in. It's like, oh, okay, all right. And then you still don't get it. And then when you get it, bang, you get it. It's so fucking good. I did car, got thorns from recruitment, man. Second top operator tag, actually. Not to rub it into some people, because I've heard some people say, I've been playing the game for fucking 3 years and I haven't got that, which kind of sucks, but that's a skill issue, I've got to say, you know. The Maggie drama couldn't realize it. Yeah, man, people just won't stop. Like, you know, it's okay to call content creators out when they do stuff right. I'm cool with it, but I think after a bit, it starts to get to the point of like, am we doing that anymore? Is this a vindictive, you know, a vindictive thing about it because it's personal for you? You know what I mean? Dress up as thorns. Do it. Let's be honest, a doctor drip is something you want to wear every day. There's some really nice jackets in Ark Knights. There's some really, well, yeah, we've seen them with the clothes stuff, haven't we? There is some like really actually cool outfits. Like I've said myself when we were doing the drip night stuff, I was like, damn man, kind of like that jacket. You know, that guy kind of goes hard. Wear for every Ark Knight stream, man. I don't know if I could do that. I'll probably be sweating my tits off, man. But I'll be down to do it here and there. I'd definitely be down. Could be a little celebratory thing, couldn't he? Could whip it out for events and banners and stuff, maybe. Princess Connect Ori Dive was a game for me. It was high quality on animations, character designs. The gacha was incredibly friendly. I got shocked how different to Mihoyo's gacha. That's a thing as well. We were talking about this before as well. You know, when Enfield first dropped and the gacha system came out and people were freaking out. People have been groomed by the Hoyo gacha system. They think that's, you have to be getting 80, 90, 100 pulls. You know, you guarantee after the 50-50 loss, pity carrying over. When there is ways to do it better, potentially, that might not look... If you look at it on the surface, you're like, wait a minute, is this good? But I'm really looking forward to Enfield, and I think the gacha system is probably going to be a good gacha system as well, personally. The music too, yes. Can't forget the music. Yeah, I can't wait to get into it, Linthar. Because, like, I'm going on holiday soon. So, like, I want to crack on with the story a little bit in Ark Knights, and I want to try and do some challenge videos. Because, obviously, I'm going to be away for 2 weeks, and I want to have some content to go up in that 2 weeks. And I was thinking, potentially we'll have some variety content going up. Maybe just me yapping about stuff. But I can't do new stuff because obviously what I record before I go on holiday is going to be of no use to anybody while I'm on holiday. But maybe some challenge videos for Arc Nights potentially. Maybe I could set up some I don't know, maybe like a poll or something, or put a questionnaire up in Discord and people could like offer up some potential challenges to do, obviously within reason, you know, of taking into account where my account is and where I am as a player and all that sort of stuff that would be challenging but not impossible. And maybe have some videos going up like that while I'm away, if people would be interested in that. I know, yeah, dude, double, fuck, I couldn't believe that when I seen both of them. You got 4 top ups. Just rub it in there. Just rub it in there. That's just made me feel bad. I gave up on Art Nights back then, so I just find it boring to see chibis rather than its amazing character illustration. That's fair, that's fair. I hope I couldn't understand what's going on in Enfield. Yeah. Like, obviously, there was stuff that I didn't get the context, you know, like when I was like, oh man, I love Chen, and people was like, man, I can't get over how different this Chen is to the original Chen, and I was like, I didn't know that context, you know. The very first time I saw Patriot, I didn't know who the fuck Patriot was. But I think with the way this game's going to go, I think there will be a lot of Easter eggs and fan service in Enfield, but I think Enfield's going to be perfectly fine as a standalone game that you're going to be able to play and not miss out, you know? The great thing about Arc Nights though is you can read the story stuff without playing the game. You know, you can ingest a lot of the story stuff without playing the game as well. But yeah, I think you'll be more than fine. The Enfield Gacha misinformation still annoys me to this day, especially because a certain someone still don't correct themselves. Yeah, dude, man, there was a few videos that popped out straight away, and I was just like, "What the fuck, man? This is wild." You know, this is wild. Yeah. Well, that was the Tolbury video was all about that. I agree with that as well. But when I saw the backlash of the Enfield Gacha, I couldn't understand how it's literally a better version of the collab banner we have in. Right? Like, I was like, dude, people are talking about, oh man, the guarantee don't carry over. Bro, if you get to the guarantee, you could have had 2 fucking 5 stars in that chance. And if you don't get to your 80, that pity still goes. I was like, what? Apart from the guarantee, the gacha system itself up to the 80 is the same as Wua, really, on the character side of things. And you're getting weapon pools building up while you're doing it. How can you argue that's not good? But the guarantee don't carry over. Yeah, but I can get 2 fucking top tier characters in 40 pools less than I could in Wua, and weapon pools. Like, what are you smoking? But people didn't hear that. They just said, guarantee, don't carry over. It explodes. Yo, Neo, what's going on, dude? The recent chapter seems to suggest a rewrite to be more connected, which is something they mentioned in the devlog for Enfield. A game for everyone is a game for no one. Yeah. I said this multiple times myself, man. You attempt to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody, man. Same thing for games, isn't it? We have a fun community handle, Dark Knights Online reader called AKGCC. You don't need to play it to read it. Oh, okay, that's cool then. I wonder if there's some people doing audiobook stuff for Arc Knights as well. You know, people who are really good at doing like VA type stuff. Because I actually did see a dude who was doing the Dungeon Meshi event, and he was doing it like he was trying to voice act it. I was like, I feel like there's a niche there for Arc Knights to somebody just literally do fucking audiobooks of Arc Knights stories. You also get characters from previous banners. Exactly, yeah. I forgot to mention that as well, Kent. Yeah. Like, I lost my 50-50 on the first banner in the beta, but I got fucking is it Yvonne, who was the character on the next banner. It's like I didn't lose my 50-50, and I still got the guarantee as well. So I got the character from the second banner. That's like you now losing your 50-50 on Zani and getting Chiakona and then getting Zani next time. Like, how is that a bad system? That's a fucking sick system, man. Yo, Pixel, there's a Gacha CC drama happening. What's going on? That just surprised me. Ethan's involved as well. I know I saw Selkie was beefing with Saint Tontas earlier. To be fair, I think we're in the Wibber space now. If you think, oh, there's some PvP drama going on, it's Saint's probably involved somewhere. Was Arc Knight? No. I've only just started playing Arc Knights. The first gacha game I ever played was Genshin. I only came to gacha in 2023. Like, I was one of those normie gamers. Like, and this is coming from somebody who spent a shit ton of money on Fortnite, Valorant, Call of Duty loot boxes. I'm not averse to spending on video games, and I've spent a lot on video games over the years, right? But I was a normie gamer. I saw Genshin when Genshin first came out. I was like, that looks kind of cool. I don't want to play them bullshit gacha games. That sounds like a scam. You know what I mean? That's, well, I suppose it kind of is. but yeah, I was averse. I was like, nah, ain't touching that shit. That looks crap. Looks trash. Some mobile game that's just on PC and console. I don't want to play that. And then I started playing Genshin, I think after I played Hogwarts Legacy, because I was just looking for another kind of that sort of fix. And I was like, you know what, let's try this. And I was like, I was kind of swept away, but I was like, man, this is a nice little game, actually. I like this. And then I started playing Star Rail, and then I started playing Snowbreak, and then WoW, and then it's become a problem. You know, now I'm a fucking degenerate. It's Infinite Drama works, yeah. Everyone was always beefing with saying because dude, PvP with everybody, man. I swear, in the space at the minute, you hear, oh, there's some drama going on with some CCs. Is that involved? Yeah, thought so. Again, oh yeah, they got the COVID buff, which was a big deal. But I think they was also smart as well. I think they played the long game really well, didn't they? This Genshin thing looks fun. Let's play it, right? Yeah, it was kind of like that afterwards. I was just looking for something to play on stream. I think the drops were on at that point as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, you know what, drops get your views on Twitch at that point, and I was like, let me play this. And then I just kind of got hooked. I'm forever grateful that Ark Knights is my first gacha game. But I was into Genshin and gachas. I was playing COD and Minecraft. Yeah, man. Like, I come from, like, Call of Duty, like, old school RPGs, you know. My favourite game ever is Mass Effect 2. Final Fantasy 9's in there. Last of Us, you know. Red Dead Redemption 2. The Witcher 3. You know, I love competitive first-person shooters, extraction shooters. I played Fortnite for a shit ton of time. PUBG, you know. Yeah, man. I'm a variety gamer. You know what I mean? Like, at the minute, I play a lot of gacha games, but I'm a gamer. Like, you know, I'll play everything. Everything and anything I'll play, man. You know? Don't choke. What are you doing? Rosie's choking on Cheetos. On water. You know, when it gets to your throat, when you choke on something. I've just gone, Rosie's choking on Cheetos. You just turn around and went, oh, water. Did that get in the wrong way? Oh, let me show you a video, guys. I love this video. I love this video. Hold up. It's a quality video. I love it. It's a fucking brilliant video, man. I love this video.
So, party people, it is nearly 10 to 7 in the evening in the UK, depending on where you're watching this. It's a Friday night. Friday night. I'm about to sample for the first time my homemade limoncello. Now, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm a little bit nervous. Never made it before, but I figured it was as good as time as ever to try it. So, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Worthwhile.
Famous last words.
So, at the top back on, just don't want to waste any of it, do we? So, hair in it, nice. Chin chin. Fucking hell.
That was Rosie just.
Bit strong. I think I might need a little bit more sugar syrup in there.
She was just like, oh, water. I know that video just cracks me up, man. It's his mannerisms and everything, like, you know what I mean? It's a good one, man. Oh, well, maybe thinking Koreatown or something. Or something else. Whatever you fancied. Oh, I don't know, man. Carbs. Ah. I felt that fucking hell, right? If all been, I was like that the other week. Oh, because like I go to in the weekdays. I do my my weightlifting, and I do evening sessions. Usually on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and I usually hit the elliptical for like 20 minutes, and then I get on the bike for like 20 minutes, and then I get on the treadmill for like 20 minutes. and I was on the bike, man. And there was this lady next to me. I'd probably say she was probably in her late 50s. There's a dude trading next to me on his triceps. You know, sometimes, you know, when you breathe in, and it's almost like, I don't know if you suck down a bit of your own saliva. And that happened. And, you know, when your throat just instantly, like, closes. I think it's because, like, my throat was dry as well, because obviously I'm exercising, I'm sweating. And I had one of those where I was like, there was tears streaming down my eyes. And I'm the type of person, I get embarrassed in those situations, you know. I nearly choked on a steak once at a work meal. I did. And I was too embarrassed to choke in front of people. So I went to the toilet. I was like, I guess I'm just going to die in the toilet. Because this is embarrassing. And I was trying my best not to fucking cough and you know, spray everywhere. So I'm there like dying while I'm still going on the elliptical. And that's exactly how I felt, just like that dude there. It's almost 3 a.m. I'm going to sleep now. No worries, man. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. I think that man needs some water, right? A charming gangster casual nourishment review. It's always a breach. When spray and pray has nothing to do with guns, right? Damn Ash Echoes in the background. I wonder how that game's doing. Actually, you know what? I was mentioning this earlier, actually. I was planning, because I've installed Path to Nowhere, and I kind of want to try out Epic 7 as well. And I've got Echoapocalypse as well. I've got Ash Echoes here as well. Ash Echoes is up here. And I was contemplating giving them a whirl, guys. I was contemplating giving them a whirl. Should I? But yeah, I love that video, I do. It's a good one. Yeah, we went out for some nice food last night. Me and Rosie and my sister and my brother-in-law. It was really nice, man. Steak place, like, that's proper specialised in steaks. It was good. It was having cocktails as well. It was really good though. They should have fucking been, man. It was fucking £10 a cocktail. And I said that. I was like, fuck me, man. I'm used to like £2.50 for a bottle of fucking lager from the shop. But I get 10 quid. Could have had 4 fucking bottles for that. It was good though. It was good. I'm just tight. Man, he's collecting gacha games. Yeah, bro. Fucking. I should be ashamed. I'm not, but I should be ashamed. Like, yo, guys, fucking Blue Archive should be on a list. Really, it should be on a list. You know, we got some doozies in here. Snow Breaks in here. You know, Nino Kuni Crossworlds. I haven't even played that yet. Inzoi's in here though. It's not gacha. You know, we got Fragpunk in here, CS as well, Deadlock, banger game. I love Deadlock. And then we got like some MMOs over here as well. I'm waiting for Crystal of Atlant to come out, actually. I was buzzing. I made a thumbnail and everything the other day. So I thought it came out, and it comes out fucking this month. I think the 18th of this month or something like that. Thought it was the 18th of last month. So I was there like, sweet. Because I actually kind of like Crystal of Atlant. The combat in it's actually kind of fun. But yeah, alas, it's not out yet. You can probably guess what I'd recommend you play first. What? PGN is very good, and I think anyone who likes Arknights would like it. Yeah, I've heard people raving about Path to Nowhere. Well, I don't play the game anymore. I've got to say, Ash Echoes is the most ambitious visual novel story presentation in a good way. Though, man, I can't imagine juggling that many tiles. Oh, yeah, like, I'm not juggling these. Like, at the minute, I'm playing Arknights, right? And I'm dabbling. Well, I'm playing Zenless as well. I jump on every day to do my dailies on Zenless, right? And I'm actively pulling for characters. I'm a little bit behind. I haven't caught up with the story. Like, I'm like half a patch behind at the moment. I'm doing any timed events and stuff like that. So I'm actively keeping up on Zenless. I'm playing Arknights. Like, Arknights is like my main game at the moment, right? Wuthering Waves was my main game, but I'm not playing it so much at the moment. And that's not because we was all of a sudden shit. It's just I played it every day for like 10, 11 months. I'm just a little bit burnt out on it. So yeah, at the minute, like, I'm only really playing 2 of these, you know? Like, I was jumping onto Black Beacon to do my dailies. You know, I'll hop on Blue Archive from time to time to play. I'm not very far into Blue Archive. I try and get on Reverse 1999 when I can as well, but I just can't. I hop on Nikkei every now and again. But yeah, there's only 2 of them games out of that really that I'm playing, you know? That I'm playing. Black Beacon, dude. There's actually 2 installations of Black Beacon here. This is the BlueStacks one that just doesn't work. And then obviously the Google Play beta. I do need to uninstall really to free up a bit of space. I'm not going to lie. Path to Nowhere gameplay is very different than Arknights. But I was collecting them like Infinity Stones. You know, it's funny, like I say, I've only got to go back 2 years for me. And I'd have been like, I could never imagine this. You know, my desktop was like Valorant, CS, you know, that sort of shit. Like, you know what I mean? With some RPGs in there as well. Now it's just full of fucking waifu collecting fucking gambling games. Don't know what's happened to me, chat. I don't know what's become of me. Previous me would be so ashamed, you know, like that inner child. What has become of you? Back then I have all the Angry Bird games on my phone. Now I have a lot of gacha games. What's going on, Angela? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Blue Archive actually has a pretty good story if you ever want to stream that. I like Blue Archive. I kind of like the gameplay as well. Do you know what I do? Blue Archive and Azure Lane. I seem to get them mixed up all the time. I always say Azure Lane when I mean Blue Archive. But yeah, I kind of like her. I kind of like Blue Archive, man. Blue Archive is banging music. He does. I think it's a pretty good little game. You know what I mean? So I like hopping onto it from time to time. I do like it. And I thought I'd be playing a tower defense for 5 years either. Yeah, dude, for real. Arknights, man. I only played Arknights because of Enfield, because I started playing Enfield and I was like, shit, this game's good. And I was like, seems like it's got a cool universe as well. Because like, in the beta, we started to get stuff from Enfield, and I was like, I kind of wanted this stuff from Enfield in terms of just these little snippets of grittiness. And I was saying to people, is Enfield going to be grittier than Wuthering Waves? And people was like, bro, you don't know anything yet, man. Play Arknights because you want to see some shit. Play Arknights. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Actually, I'm going to take you up on that. And then that's just where it came to me. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this, but I want to learn more about the universe. So we started to watch lore videos, and I was like, holy shit, dude. This kind of seems like a really cool universe. And it was one of those games where the lore hooked me. You know what I mean? The lore hooked me. And then the gameplay just, sucked me dry, basically. I play my Blue Archive. I didn't feel like I need to lock my door. Yeah, bro. Honestly, I feel you there. It does, man. I'm like, as soon as I boot up Blue Archive, it's like the FBI is like, what's he doing? You know? All right. Let's start checking his Google search history here, eh? What you up to, fella? You know? Even Genshi's dark when you explore the world. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I must admit, I would like a bit more of that emphasizing with her. Speaking of gritty Arknights season, oh bro, can't wait. That's why I need to get past where I'm at in the story now. Where do I need to get to? Where does season 3 take us in the chapters? Season 2 takes us to chapter 6, yeah? So when I've done chapter 6, I can watch the entirety of what's out now, yeah. Speaking of gritty Limbers, yeah, we're going to play Limbers. I want to make sure I've got a period of time where I can, like, you know how I've been putting a lot of time into Arknights? I'll say a lot of time. I yap a lot. But, you know, it's been my main game. I kind of want to do that with Limbers because I want to appreciate it. I don't want to jump on Limbus and then be like, oh shit, I don't play it for a week because I feel like I'll be doing the game a disservice. FBI is booting up their game. Right? Straight up, man. Straight up. Man said the Blue Archive but Gacha look was catastrophic in it, having to repeatedly go to 200 pulls to get a character every time sucks after a while. Yeah, I can feel that, yeah. I said this before, like, you know, where certain games can, and obviously it's Gacha, it's obvious, isn't it? Your enjoyment of them can be really tempered by your gacha look, right? You know, there's a regular in the chat. You guys know him, Demon. You probably noticed I call him Neo because I knew him from his handle before because I've known him for like 10 years now. For a long time, dude didn't win a 50-50 in Wuthering Waves. You know, that sort of stuff can affect your enjoyment of a game, I think. You know, it can. And sometimes that one last 50-50 loss can be enough to make you check out of a game for a while, can't it? Where you're like, you know what? I'm going to have a few days off here. And then next thing you know, 2 months have gone by and you haven't played the game again. Season 3 is up until 8 or 9. Right, nice, okay. Alright, sweet sound. Arknight world is so grim bright. I love the Arknight universe. I do. Okay. Enemy second season is really great, especially the last 4 episodes. But yeah, man, a 50-50 loss, especially on a character, especially if you've been saving. And I'm not even just so much if you've been saving, but if it's a character you've been hyped about, you know, it when you just a new banner's out, well, fuck it, let's just get on for this character maybe, you know. But when it's a character you was looking forward to, I think that was probably a bit why another reason what was a fact of what slowed me down on Wua, because I really wanted to get Cantarella right. I understand that she doesn't have the best in slot at the moment because, as we've spoken about before, support's coming out prior to DPSs at the moment with Wua. And I know she's probably going to be cracked. And I know she's good for Jinsei, but I know she's probably going to be cracked when a unit comes up that's specifically designed around her. But I really wanted to get her. And I lost my 50-50 to Encore. And I was genuinely annoyed. I was. You know, obviously I'm in a better situation now because I can guarantee Zani, but then the whole Zani situation's kind of dampened my excitement for Zani a little bit, if I'm honest. I'm got to be truthful. And that was like probably a big factor to where I was like, I'm just gonna have a little break on Wua now, you know? That's why I like being a tourist, because it's nice having all these games. You get burnt out on a game, you know, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go play Tribe 9 for a bit. Actually, today, you know what? I'm gonna spend an hour or two on Nikkei. Actually, stuff it. Let's go play Reverse 1999. You know? I gave up Miles Gacha because of the 50-50 system. That's fair. That's fair. I only ever won 2 50-50. Exactly, man. You know? I think might be one of the reasons why I like Zenless on Zero, so it's not fair to say that. But I've had good luck with the Gacha system in Zenless. You know, my last 5 banners, I think 5. Is it 6 or 5? I think it's 6. I've won 5 50-50s and in low pity as well. Like at one point, I'd won 4 banners in the space of like 110 pulls. That's good fucking luck. Well, I think it is anyway. You know, so that was a big factor. I was having a real good time on Zenless as well. Plus the game's good as well. Yeah, I can understand that. As you like, yeah. Well, in Blue Archive, they can run factions on multiple banners at the same time. So if you're looking to complete a set of units, it can be 200, 600 pulls if you can't land a 3-star on a banner. I'd recommend you do Dark Knight's Memoir after Chapter 7 and before going into Chapter 8, right? I hate how Genshin and We're Weekly is basically endgame, but they have a gacha currency on endgame. Excuse me. At least there's read unlike Let's Ignore a banner. This is a bit too dark for me. I see the appeal though. It definitely fills a void for people who like that stuff, especially since most gachas are pretty saccharine. What does that mean? I'm probably saying dumb now. I'm not averse to saying I don't. Refer to a few different things. So it's like something that is overtly... okay, that makes sense. Okay. How do you pronounce that?
Saccharine.
Saccharine. Okay. Look at you, Reldon. Oh, to hear your big words. Your big words, man. Zanny's an anniversary unit. It was disappointing, but that is just me. I think that's fair. I think for the hype that was around Zani, I think being quite tightly tied to another unit is a little bit disappointing. Obviously, I know that's the case. All units are like that, but specifically around the neg status effects, it is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, I can agree to that. I think it was a little bit of a shame, but you know, that's the way the meta's going, isn't it? Really, around negative status effects. Hopefully, it just doesn't become too restricted. Like I say, it's a bit of a shame. Nemesis is a nice cat because once you're caught up, it doesn't have much to hold you. You can grow in character, so you don't even need to save much. It's really disheartening to lose 50-50s in a gacha, even more so when the game is going to build for the future content on said character, Calf, HSR, Calf. Yeah, well, fucking losing 50-50s in HSR probably hurts more than most, if I'm honest. It sounds counterintuitive, I know. I lost Arnie to Verena at 74 PD. Artificial sweetener, yeah, that's what I think. I'd heard it before, yeah. I don't use artificial sweetener, but yeah, man, you hit me with them big words. I'm like, oh, bro, who's tangling me up here? Limbus is way more enjoyable if you play Lobotomy Corp and Library of Ruina before Lobotomy at minimum. Want to watch a video on Limbus? I really want to glazy. If it's a shortish one, do you know what? I've been yapping now for ages. I'm supposed to be playing fucking games, man. And I blame you guys, man. Honestly, it's a wannabe sugar that no one likes. Zanny's Haber up for DJ and Preacher better. Genshin weapon banner PTSD. Yeah, that's another thing. I know we've got guaranteed weapons in We're right, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Just got terrible look on the weapon banners on We're. You know, 90% of my currency probably goes on weapon banners in Wuthering Waves. It fucking sucks. But I can't be mad because obviously it's a guarantee. It's just bad luck. But there's probably been, I think there was Jian's weapon, Jinsei's weapon. I might not be telling the entire truth here because I'm trying to remember, but I think they're the only 2 weapons that I didn't have to go to 65, 70 plus pools, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I mean, obviously having a guarantee is good, right? You know, because obviously getting to 80 pools and losing a 50-50 fucking sucks. But yeah, it feels rough, man, going to 70 plus pools every single fucking weapon banner on Wua. Yeah, Sunil does really good videos, well done. Can you imagine me, Abby, being like Zanny, but she functions insanely well with everyone and by herself, and everyone hyped her up to that degree? I love me, Abby. I get the problems with me, Abby, right? I just can't help but glaze, man. Look at my wallpaper, chat. Look at my. Do you want to see my mouse mat, chat? Do you want to see my mouse mat? Right. This is sad, and I don't care. All right. Let me show you my mouse mat. This is my mouse mat. Chat. That's my mouse mat. All right. I'm biased. Chat. Okay. I'm biased. Fucking full on weeb with this one, boys. Full on weeb. You planning to play games? I was planning to play Zenless, I'm not gonna lie. Well, sometimes I just like chatting with you guys. This is what I love about streaming, man. It's just nice to have live conversations with you guys. You just can't do this in Discord or on videos. For me, it was Gian's and the stand-up pistols, excuse me. I got bored of waiting card to Thea, so I pulled for String Master. Yeah, man, I really need to get String Master, Kathy. I do. But, like, when is String Master is a second phase on the anniversary? I would like to get Zani and Zani's weapon. I really want to get Chiakona and her weapon as well. It's like 5 fucking banners. I don't think I can do it, man. You know? It's draining me dry. I'm on Twitch with FFZ audio extension so I can make him louder. I think you want to do that. Do you hate yourself? I think I got a 5-star before Pity and we were once ever. Oh, did you? Changli. I think I got Changli in like 22 pools, I think. 22 pools, I got Changli. I just got one weapon on a 10 and then the other standard has been exactly on 80. Yeah, I've noticed that this is conspiratorial. Do you reckon that I feel like you have to go high pity on a lot of the weapons in Wua. You know? Which, it's not the worst thing in the world. And I know the numbers don't necessarily say that, but it just feels like it. But there's a guarantee, so you can't be too mad, I guess, because at least you can't lose it, you know? Is going to 75 every time better than going to 160? Yeah, of course. I feel like I have to go much higher pity on weapons every single time than I ever do on characters. No weapon banner system is already ass. Women's weapon banner is worse because it forces you to go 2 different currencies for limited pulls. This is why I glaze Enfield, man, because you're just building those weapon banners as you're pulling, and it feels so fucking good. You know? I don't give a shit. Was it 75, 25? Who cares? I ain't having to have a second. Every time I pull, going towards my weapon pulls. Happy as Larry. There's a 10-minute video about Lobotomy Corp called The Best Game You've Never Heard Of. You could check out too. Ooh, what's that called? The Best Game You've Never Heard Of. Is that in Discord by any chance, or shall I search it? The Best Game You've Never Heard Of. Have I watched this? Who's it from? From Chica. Is it this one? Miyabi Sim. Yeah, I am a Miyabi Sim. I love her. I love her design, man. That sounds super sad as a grown man to say. Obviously, I'm not that weird, but I just think it's got a really cool design, man. I think she's a really cool character as well. I really like her. I am a Miyabi Sim. Sorry, watching another TV again. I'm going to apologise, man. How's things anyway, old Kathy? How are you feeling recently? I know last time you was in chat, man. You was feeling like shit, weren't you? Oh, you need names warming the boobs to the wrist, right? There's 20 mini limits called the best gacha game you never... Oh, okay, so this is not that one then, yeah. Pixar devs are so player friendly, they refresh the top of it. I know, right, yeah. I know, man. It's fucking really nice, isn't it? Gacha's the only time you can call a female a whale and get away with it. Can't wait for Enfield because we get to see the killer art for Arknights and the actual models, right? Oh, oh my God. I've stated this many times. I am genuinely excited about Enfield, right? To the point where it is my most anticipated game, right? Ark Raiders is another game. It's not a gacha game, but like that's up until Enfield, there hasn't been a gacha game that I'm more excited about than real games. Enfield just tops it, man. I am I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Should I play Limba's Company? I've heard really good things about it, Stepney. You posted in React Smash. Nice one. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, sorry. It was one. Let me give you a roll as well, Ken. It was. Oh, is this here? Arknight's building rulebook. Ooh. Oh, is this from Cookie? Ooh. More Cookie. Cookie does good video. I like Cookie. I do. I like Cookie. I think he seems like a really chill guy.
Sims. Games about building.
Let me just move that over there a second. We drag that back. Yeah, we'll have a look at this in a sec. Like shit still, hence why I'm only watching on TV. That sucks. Honestly, my wife's magic bullet when she has a headache is somewhere I can make them go away, but that's what she tells you. Just to get them. Oh, I've got a blinding headache, love. Go on, squeeze me head, it'll go away. It'll make me feel better. Yeah, nice one, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Kyo's chill as well. I like Kyo. Kyo, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I spoke to him in DMs. Dude was really, really chill. Big shout out to Kyo as well. Massive shout out, actually. That's cool. Does Limba's Company? I'm assuming so, right? It's got to be, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me just check this. I have nothing to be a happy CCP. Hold up a second. Okay. Do you like how I put the sad Skyrim music in there, chat?
That does
No.
it.
The sad Skyrim. I quit. I
quit.
quit. Roll Skyrim music. Yo, shout out to that. I was doing all right. That video is, for me at least, anyway, nearly 1,000 views in 6 hours. Let's go. Let's go. We call him Uncle Keo for a reason. Yeah, it really was, you know. I suppose as well, like I think I've got a tainted view recently because like the Wibber space has been such a shitty space, you know. So it's pig stuck an arrow to the knee, right? All right, let's check this out then. All right, the best game you've never heard of from Chica. Let's drop a preemptive like as we always do. And I am wanting to play Limba's Company. Was this the first one? So what was it? Was it Lobotomy Corp? What was it? Summit of Ruina and then Limbus? Or what was the order? Let me know.
Colony Sims. Games about building, development, and progress. A great game for anyone who enjoys these ideals instilled to us at the monkey age. So what happens when you take these ideas and push them to their limit? Hi, I'm Chicker, a lover of chickens and the king of them myself, and welcome to Lobotomy Corporation.
King of the chickens.
Colony Sim
Lobotomy Corp, Library of Ruina Limbus, right.
The lore in this world is somewhat hard to understand. It's like trying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We watched that video on the world building of Arknights and Limbus, and holy shit, Limba's Company's fucking dark, man. You know that whole train thing, the time train, and what happens when you're on the time train. That was like insanely dark.
Trying to get into an anime your friends are watching. There's so many terms and concepts that you don't really understand unless you play the game yourself. But luckily for you, I found a small
True.
picture that helps
True. I remember when I very first started playing Genshin, yeah. And people, like, after I had to go on the first banner, people was like, what's your pity? What's your pity? And I'm here going, what the fuck is pity, bro? What is pity? I don't know what pity is. Oh, you watch your soft pity? Oh, soft pity, hard pity. I'm like, bro, speak English, man.
illustrate this.
I ain't got a
Yes,
fucking
that
clue.
is the Bible. Yes, it is important. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. You are the new manager of this place, a corporation that specializes in the creation and distribution of power throughout the city. Within Lobotomy Corp, they contain abnormalities. They're just SCPs. The store page literally calls themselves out for this. And from studying these creatures and running tests on them, you create a power called Encephalon? What? Within this hellscape of a place, you have branches.
You know what though? That is a gacha meme, right? A gacha meme of the pseudo techno babble that you get in a lot of gacha games. You know, the terminology. I'm just like, bro, just use, like, especially like Wuthering Waves is a bad one for this. Like, have you guys read Zani's kit? What in the world of convoluted bullshit is that as well? I know this is a little bit of a segue, but like, what the fuck is that? Like, insane. Like, it's kind of crazy. I know that's a little bit extreme of what we were just saying there, but still, it was relevant.
Departments. Each branch has a leader called a Sephira, but it's really close to so that's what I'll be calling them. They act as companions and attempt to guide you, but nobody can really give you.
Encephalon's a real thing, you know. Is he? I don't know.
Each branch is based on the Tree of Life, with each
Limbus isn't actually gacha, it's just a regular game for it. Yeah, the first two weren't gachas, right? And then Limbus Company, that was the first, like, Library of Ruin isn't either, is he? They're just box price games, yeah.
Sephiroth taking the role, representing that branch on the tree. The story progresses by completing the missions the various Sephiroths give you, providing with essential rewards to assist in your management of the corporation. The writing does a good job with each of these characters, showing the different sides of the human psyche.
Limbus is a gacha that doesn't really know how to gacha.
In a place like this. It's really enjoyable to learn about these characters and how they got to where they are. Sure, their stories may be a bit of bread and butter sometimes, however, I really enjoy them. Take Netzach, for example.
I'm like that sometimes, you know? I don't mind tropes and cliches and stuff as well. I'll say this all the time. I'm cool with cliches if done good, you know? I'm cool with tropes if done good. I'm cool with trodden path that's been trodden a million times before. Some people really can't stand that sort of stuff, but I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Example, he is the Sephiroth of the safety department. However, when you work at a place that manages the horrors and monsters of humanity, people die. A lot. So he's depressed and hates his job, but he can't quit. None of them can. And so you can relate to this laid-back, nonchalant character, motivating you to do their missions and learn more about him, and why none of them can leave this place.
Sorry again, where's the dev team from for this game? Where are they based? Are they CN, JP, Korea, or are they Western dev? I don't know.
Also, he drinks. Your quote-unquote partner and assistant of this place is Angela. She makes her purpose very clear to you the moment you meet her. She is a robot created by the corporation to manage you,
okay,
the manager, and make sure you are doing your jobs to the standards that you are required to, plus also making me question my standards of attraction to fantasy characters. Ooh, yes, stare at me more with those piercing eyes. Each day you have to collect...
Yeah, we're all losers, aren't we? We are. We got to accept it, right? I know, like, some of us sometimes like to go, oh, I'll touch grass, you know, I'll touch grass. I don't need more. We're all weebo losers, aren't we, in this space, really? I think it's okay to accept it, chat, right?
Ego
okay.
boxes, or just power. You collect power by running tests and studying these creatures. The action of performing a test is called a work order. After a work order, you will be given a certain amount of power boxes depending on the creature you do the test on, and how well the employee did during the order. You get enough power and you can end the workday and move on to the next.
Fix them.
Like I mentioned earlier, this game works on a calendar system, and how they use roguelike elements is really unique, and I actually find it quite funny how it plays a role in the whole game. So, you know when you play a colony sim and you make a super big fuck up, you want to go back, don't you? So what do? You reload an old save. Well, in this game, while you can retry the day over and over again when you screw up, You actually have checkpoints every 5 days called the Memory Repository. This allows you
okay.
to repeat the week over at the start if you want. And the game eventually calls you out on using the Memory Repository, which is just hilarious when a game is self-aware like this. At the end of each day, you are given a progress report for the day letting you see how each of your employees improved, and a letter grade telling you how many innocent lives you have given to the slaughter. You are as well rewarded with LOB points for how well you did, I think. I have over 20 hours in this game, and I still don't know why you get so many or little points for the day you worked on. Abnormalities are just SCPs. That's basically what they are. They're horrors that exist for random.
I love the art style of this, man. You know? Like, when I look at this, I think like Fallout Shelter, but with a quirky design style to it. I might have to try this out, man. Because I'm going to try out Limbo's coming in. I might have to try out the other two games as well. Let's give them a whirl. I'm definitely open to trying different games. I am.
Crash your game by clicking it, and there's even Elsa. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Since every abnormality is unique, this means that every single one has to be treated differently. You can learn more about each abnormality the more you work with them, and I think it's a pretty cool system. You get a new abnormality, you do some work with them, and then you get to choose what you want to learn about them. You want to know whether or not you're accidentally fucking yourself over? Choose a work order, or maybe a working tip, or literally anything on this page. After unlocking enough information about an abnormality, you can eventually get unique weapons, armors, and accessories for your employees based on the abnormality it came from, as well as getting lore! Ah, yes. Sitting down in my comfy chair next to a warm, crackling fireplace, reading about a happy scarecrow that enjoys sucking brains. That's exactly how I like to spend my lazy Sundays.
Okay.
There are 5 danger levels that all abnormalities follow. Get the little babies and the violent toddlers, the teeth, the serial killer teenagers, hair. It's fun. The psychotic parents where everyone says, wow, to literal demons and cosmic horrors that exist in our world, the Aleph. The higher the level, the more caution and stronger employees you should use in their work orders. Also, apparently these are Hebrew characters. That's cool, I guess. Remember how each one is unique? Well, each one basically has a countdown timer that can
this actually is kind of interesting.
decrease before they either
Most
break
mechanics
out
in the
or
game are
do something
diegetic.
that will cause
That's
a
all
day
for this
reset.
is perfect
I am
naturally as
not
a
joking. This
story
game is
reason.
brutal and I love it. Each countdown timer can be changed for literally any reason.
All progresses
Although
like
most
the
of time
expansion
it
of
will
the
change due
universe.
to
Then
a poor work result or a failure to follow up on one during a meltdown. There are 4 different kinds of work orders you can do on an abnormality: instinct, insight, attachment, and repression. Each one directly correlates with the stat of an employee. When an employee completes a work order of instinct, for example, their max health will increase at the end of the day. Increase a stat high enough and they will get promoted, giving possible better or worse work results depending on the abnormality. Whenever you start a work order, a little counter at the top will increase. Once it gets high enough,
it's wild that the game like progressed from this into what Limbus is. Like, obviously, I haven't really watched any Limbus, right? I've just heard super positive things from everybody. Is Limbus a turn-based turn-based RPG? Is it turn-based, the combat? Or is it like a tactics type turn-based combat? Or is it just a straight up like Star Rail turn-based, let's say, you know, if you're going to compare it to another gacha game? Or does it have like a tactics element to it? Is there like tile-based stuff like, you know, positioning your characters or whatever? Or maybe not so much a tactics, maybe like a brown dust type of setup, maybe, I don't know. It's turn-based, right, okay. It's turn-based, but it has real-time adjustments that happen in real time, right, okay. The combat is, yeah, but the people who, okay. I'll say, I have heard that from, I don't know if I heard that from Tectone, actually, Relden, who said that, like, Limbus has a banging story, but the combat, it's just passable or something. I think that was him who said that. Zonny, in a nutshell, you convert all frazzle into heliacal embers to create blaze and increase infernal nightfall damage and get buffed by attacking redundant energy to forcible riposte. Turn-based, but the gameplay is very different. I'm gonna have to give it a go.
I still don't fully understand.
I want to give you some time to respect it and
basically, red
freaking hair on else.
fixed border or bad.
Focus a couple of days towards it, you know what I mean?
You will reach a certain point in the day, dawn, noon, or dusk, or even midnight. Yay! That means progress, right? Oh, my sweet child, you have no idea what's going on here. This isn't progress. This is madness. When this happens, a group of random enemies will appear to fuck with your progress and hinder your day, forcing you to fight even on days when no abnormalities escape. It does force you to use strategy, so I guess there's that, but sometimes it can be a jump scare or the fucking circus just arrives.
Why is Pude not having a good time?
What the fuck?
Circus! No!
Okay, so you hit an ordeal and the circus arrives. I'll make combat pretty quick. Basically, there are 4 types of damage. Red, which is physical, white, which is mental, black, which is both, and pale, which is pray and repent for your sins. If red hits 0, the employee dies. If white hits 0, the employee will go insane, but you can recover by having your friends beat the shit out of you with weapons with white property. It's pretty fun.
What's the game I was thinking of then with the insanity? Darkest Dungeon. Have any of you guys ever played Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Gacha space is imploding,
So
but
now
peak
that I've explained the
remains.
basics, I'm not even kidding. This was all just the basics.
The bottom of streams we go hard, I'll be down. Yeah, man, I'm down to stream it, yeah, definitely.
Starting over on the first day is so good, and why I should abuse the ever-living pee-pee-poo-poo out of it. When you use it, you will lose all the abnormalities you gained during that time. However, that's not a super big deal because you can get them back easily. The real reward is progress. You keep all progress, completed Sephiroth missions, and items that your characters made during that week, as well as any information you made on an abnormality, making the next time you encounter them
There's a cool roguelike aspect to it then, yeah? Okay.
You'll need to use this a lot, especially to help set you up for the later days. Those days are hard, man. Ugh. Something incredibly important, I should say, is that you are not intended to beat this game the first time you play it. This game is for the slow burn and the long haul. There's a reason why this game is set up the way it is. It is intended for multiple playthroughs. As well, this game is made to be time-consuming. I don't think it's bad that the game is like this. It just makes it more challenging at some points to deal with.
That's the thing that it seems to be like... almost like it feels like that's dying in games in a way. It's not, because obviously games can eat your time up in a multitude of different ways, you know, like they can either be like trying to get you to come back repeatedly, but I feel like that's why like classic MMOs just don't are not the way they are, not built how they used to be. Now obviously you can have grinds, which, you know, can be a thing that's like artificially increases playtime. I feel like that's a thing a lot of games are scared to do now, aren't they? It feels like this idea that everybody's got too much of a, not enough attention span, or the other kind of part of the player base is they don't have the time to play, where games are built to be time sinks, you know, overall. It's like, right, this is a game that's going to take you potentially hundreds of hours to really get to where you're going, that really have that, like, they simmer for a little bit and then it builds up. Like, I think a lot of games are afraid to do that now. And I suppose it's because of the way, you know, the cost of games and everything. Everything's got to be a hook right off the get-go, right? You know, it's got to engage people. And sometimes the shorter the better, right? Because of how much money is put into development, production, all that sort of stuff, that they can't afford to have that sort of a level of production quality go on for 100, 200 hours, you know, like say, like, I remember like playing like Final Fantasy 9 and stuff for hundreds of hours, you know. Look at old school MMOs, man. The amount of time people could sink into that. It feels like that's like not so much of a major part of the space anymore, at least in the like the role playing or non PvP gaming space. Now, of course, something like Valorant, Warzone, Call of Duty, these are games that can be played. Like, Christ, you could be playing something like CSGO still to this day, Call of Duty still to this day, like old school CODs, you know what I mean? But in terms of like more singular player experiences or cooperative experience, it feels like that's kind of lacking a little bit now. It's almost like developers are scared of it, right?
this is once again another older game. This game came out 7 years ago.
Isn't that old?
But it's another game that I just love to death. It was made by a Korean team, and that honestly just makes everything about the game better in my perspective.
Yo, what's up, Jay?
I love viewing different perspectives on topics, even opposing ones, and a different culture will have different views on what makes a game good, allowing a much different gaming experience than...
I love that there, what he's just said. That's what's lacking massively at the minute, isn't in this space. Is this accepting of differing opinions, even if you consider it nonsensical to you, not being able to understand that some people just like different things. No matter how much you think this thing is trash, doesn't mean it's trash. You know, the favourite thing in the Wibber space is objectively speaking, as if your opinions are now the objective fact in situations, right? I love that. I love that, man. We need more of that in this space, definitely.
Any other game I've played. This game pulls off the combination of a colony sim and a roguelike together masterfully, and takes those elements and pushes it to the limit. I heavily recommend you buy and play this game.
How much is
this? It
this?
just sucks you into the narrative and makes you want to keep playing no matter how hard the challenge is. Plus, there's also a lore explanation to why everybody looks like little dolls, and I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, no way.
Now,
Okay,
you
said yeah.
I've got to hit a button.
Okay, alright, okay. I'm interested. What's up, babe? Yeah, you can do, yeah. Hold up. Let's have a look. Around 20 bucks on Steam. What is it? Lobotomy Corp, yeah? Here we go, yeah, 19... Oh, it's got an art book as well. Project Moon is the devs, yeah. What's the other one? Library of Runa. That's the one that I'd heard prior to these. I'd heard of this game. I think I remember this game coming out, actually. Sort of style combat is this? I'm guessing this is like a... I think, remember when I first saw this, it reminded me of Darkest Dungeon. Kind of vibe it gave me. You know? I still need to pick this up as well. I've been meaning to pick this up for ages, so I still haven't got round to picking it up. Okay, alright. Ruben is pretty close to limiting gameplay. Okay, alright. Guys, shall we pull for Zani? Talking about Zani, should we pull for Zani? Should we get Zani? Well, let's try and get Zani, yeah. Fuck it. I want to try and get Zani. Give me a second. Let's pull for Zani. Let's pull for Zani. I might as well do it while we're here. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. I know this is a total segue, but let's see if we can yeah, I've got a guarantee on Zani. Yeah, I don't know how far I am into my pity. I think I was about 30 odd pulls, something like that. I don't know how many pulls I've got either. We got Peebs as well with a weapon as well, so we should be able to take full advantage of Zani. We've got a few weapon pulls as well, so maybe if we're super lucky, talking earlier, bless me, Kuro, maybe we can get a weapon as well. Happy anniversary. Dude, I'm so glad I got the guarantee, because you know, if I'd have got Ling Yang, saw somebody the other day that posted on my video, was like, oh, I think they'd got I don't think they got Zani in a copy or something and a weapon and somebody else, and they were like, I'm really happy, and I lost one of my 50-50s to Ling Yang, and I was like, man, that blows all the good look out of the water right there, man, getting fucking Ling Yang, like, fuck that shit. I've been pulling, but I'm going to skip, to be honest. That's fair, that's fair. Do you know what, if I hadn't got Peeps, I'd probably skip her. But considering I've got her, why not? Fuck it. I mean, Zani, if you have Peebs, Zani team is not much more damage than the main DPS Peebs team. Can't imagine pulling those Annie banners and losing. Oh man, right? Fucking below, dude. Actually, have I got some login stuff to get? Okay, yeah, I'll remember. I'll get that after the banners ended, yeah. So I haven't even got all these, man, because I haven't been logging into the game. Okay, babe. You are? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. You gonna sort the calories out for that? Okay. No. No, I'll be good. What's the lore of the block? The cube? I don't know. I ain't even fucking played it, man. I've heard a lot of people are not that big on that event. What's it saying? What is the event good? It's only so much. I've heard that, but a lot of people are saying that Zoni's fucking really, really fun to play. The Cube Board Gamers event has a temple. Oh, does he? So yeah, I've got like 23 weapon pulls, and we've got like 3,000. So we've got like what? 10, 20-ish pulls, something like that. Ah, fuck it, let's do it. All right, let's bang a 10 banger. Let's bang a 10 banger. Trash. It keeps a VR thing. Events okay, but it gets boring fast. Yeah. Okay. San Juan. Oh, there's another temple. Fuck it. Actually, let me just double check where Pity is at. Probably gonna not have that temple on there, are we? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34. So we're 44. So we're probably not going to get her in these pools, actually. Oh, this is what having asteroids looks like. Has the pool animation changed? I swear it looks different. The sky looks different.
Whether you need help with working
oh,
out,
man, we've got the Discord mod.
Maintaining your health.
Double 4-star, yeah? I swear the pull animation's slightly different. Gets boring real fast. Easy. That's a shame, isn't it, man? That's a shame. You think they would have cooked with the anniversary event, man? Oh, I guess we didn't get Zanny. The sky's definitely different. The sky's definitely different, man. Because before he had like a tacit mark shape, didn't he? Now it's just like a big hole in the sky, right? Alright, trash. There's new sound effects. I don't know. I can't tell if it sounds different. It looks different though. I swear it looks different. Maybe it's a 4-star that looks different. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. That looked the same then. This anniversary patch feels like any other patch and it's just there. If you pull enough, you can get night market pulls. How many do you have to do? Is it like 20 or some shit? Contain token. Night mark token. No longer contained after 30. Okay. Are these are our main stat selector things, yeah? Okay, Phantom Lorelei. Okay. Oh, you can get them out there as well for a coral. Okay. So these are going to be kind of limited then, yeah. Alright, let's do singles then. Singles. 190 pulls to get 10 pulls. Get the weapon so you can hate life. I don't think we're going to get her. I think this is a hard pity one, isn't it then, by the looks of it, Jack? Because like, we're got to be close to 60 pulls, yeah? I think it's a hard pity one, boys. Hard pity. Okay, Lumi's a rate up. Yeah, where can we get fucking Lumi? I don't think I've got any copies for Lumi. Actually, I don't even know if I've got Lumi. I think I have, actually. Can't remember. Did you see that steel chest? You can buy weekly boss mats now with those. Oh, can you? Okay. I do like the fact that the boss cooldown's gone. That is big for me, because that's something that I've bitched about since day one, so I'm really happy about that. Oh, we got it, yeah, because I've got the guarantee unless I was tripping. Hey, let's go.
All right. What's the first thing on today's to-do list?
She's fine though, isn't she? She is fine. All right, let's go. All right, buzzing. I've got like a temporary fucking what's it for at the minute, I think. I forgot how you get to your fucking what's it. How'd you get to your
May I pray for anything?
What's it now, chat?
It would be
It's been a while. You know your is it now? How'd you fucking get to your you know your fuck your what's it? Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I got the Peebs Moonlit, which I got on at the minute. I think this is the set I had for Peebs before. I think it's I haven't even got a what's it Nightmare on it. I don't think. Where is she at? It's nothing spectacular, I don't think, or is it? Crit rate shit, crit damage, energy regen. Okay. What's her weapon? What's her weapon stats now?
May I pray for anything specific?
Convene. Alright, if I can see a temple on the weapons. We ain't getting this, okay? We ain't getting this. I know we ain't. Let me check where my pretty was at. We gotta add 10 to this, right? Okay. We're at yeah, we ain't getting these. We're at 10 pity, man. Okay. Okay, so what's the deal with the weapon? I forgot where you look at it, man. Man, I feel like I fucking it's been that long. So we got increases attack by 12%, casting basic attack grants the following effects. Dealing damage ignores 8% of the target's defense and amplifies spectral. Okay. Ruzzle by 50% for 6 seconds. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty correct. Crit damage as well, yeah? Okay. We need to get that crit rate up a little bit. Yeah, that sounds pretty cracked. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright, okay. Fuck it, we'll spend them corals, I don't care. Do we? No way we're getting a weapon early. Oh, we got Lumi though. Let's go. Okay, happy about that. Yeah, I think I've got Lumi already, right? I can't remember. Let me check.
May I pray for anything specific for you? It would be my eyes on the horizon.
Yeah, okay, cool. What's the first one? Every advantage can recover 60 stamina within 3 seconds. Okay. We stand Lumi. Yeah, some of our builds are still in the shitter, man. They're not great, you know what I mean?
Understood. I am here.
Today will be a fine day.
Would you like a fun game?
We still love Camellia as well, guys. We still love Camellia. At least I got the resets as well, though, chat. As well as that's a bonus. We got the resets on the because I'd spent all of these, I think, apart from the night. Actually, I think I'd even spent on that one. So they're back. But I am not spending for this anniversary. Yeah, I've got loads of quests to do, actually. We're going to have a couple of days where we bash Woo guys. I still need to do a Zani story as well.
May I pray for anything? Today will be a fine day.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the weapon's kind of insane looking at the description of a weapon. You're at 23 or 30 in the tower. Hey, let's go, bro. And it pulls out to do the event banners in Limbus Company. Yeah, so like we got Sig for not for obviously we got Sig for Sig for Carlotta. Boy, the one who's got a Sig on? Who's using a Sig? The fuck? Who actually is using a Sig? What's going on there? Oh, I got it on Danjin. I'm doing some solo Danjin stuff. I need to get a Sig really. Sig for my boy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have many Sigs if I'm honest. If you want to do the pulls on the board game, I think you need to do it in each game to get your rolls. Right, okay. Yeah, Shorekeeper's great, man. It's still my favourite team at the minute, still. This is my, like, favourite team, and then I'd say probably, like, these are, like, my favourite teams. My two favourite teams in the game still. Obviously, you'll have to see how things go with, Zani. You know, and then I've just got random teams here. But, like, these are the two teams I like to use the most. She's still my number one, man. You know, Jinxie's still my number one. I fucking love her. How can you...
Fluorescent shadows.
So, Captain, how about
How can you not like her, you know what I mean?
on who hooked the first fish?
How can you not like her, man? She's just perfect, bro.
You do know
You know?
how to charm a man.
She's just perfect.
What are we betting?
Alright, that's enough of me. I'm not bothered about playing the game at the minute, man. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's let me get me what's it on some of my logins for Zenless as well. Give me there, Sanhua. Shorekeeper's my only team. Oh yeah, it's a banger team, man. Banger team. You don't like it, is he? What? Disgusting. Disgusting. I love it, man. We stand Jinsei. We stand Jinsei. Carlotta and Phoebe, my two favourite teams. Yeah, Carlotta's good, so. My Carlotta's still not fully built. You know what? A lot of my teams aren't fully built. There's only really like, and even then, their echoes are shit because I just can't stand doing echoes in with that. Like in terms of the traces and stuff, I think maybe Jinsei, Jian, maybe Shorekeeper. I think everybody else, man. I ain't fully built them, honestly. To be fair though, really, you can get away with a lot of stuff in where we're not having everything built anyway. Yeah, man. Carlotta's VA is fire, yeah.
Coffee to jumpstart your day.
Yeah, Carlotta's up there. I think my three favourite characters are probably Jinsei's number one, Carlotta and Cammy. I do love how quick fucking Daily Zone is on his own. Oh, I could have swore I had romantic. What the fuck? Need to keep chipping away at Vivian's weapon as well. No shopkeeper's excuse. You know, I'm terrible with that shit, man. I'm really bad with doing the little hangout sessions. I really need to be fair, to get some more shopkeepers and stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff to do instantly, so like, I've been slacking on ZZZ recently. Like, I've got a bunch of stuff to do, man. I've got so many fucking combat quests and city quests to do, you know? I've got a bunch of stuff to do, man.
This is the path I follow. I would never turn
Boys,
down
I really like Vivian though, man. You know? I really like Vivian, man, I'm telling you. She good, man. She good. I ain't used her yet properly, like, but I love her design. Zenless has got some of my favourite fucking designs, man.
Lord Phaeton.
Trigger's really fun to use as well. I've been having a blast with Trigger, actually.
Eradicate. I'll protect you from
Like, obviously, for me, Miyabi, Evelyn, Yao is just fucking insane. Like, the quick swap, I love it, but you do kind of, like, switch off your brain, I'm not gonna lie. What I've been having fun with at the minute is Evelyn, Trigger, and Yao. It's, I've been having a blast. I've been having a blast with that, to be fair. It's been fun. We got to do an event-wise and stuff, yeah. Well, the Bang Boot Bash is back, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you can run me Abby, Vivian, Asha, which is disgusting. Is he good, is he? Vivian Piper's probably going to be the team for that. Yeah, but like for me, she was one of those where I was like, it was a waifu pool, you know? It genuinely was. It was a waifu pool. I really like her design, man. A lot of people are not big into it because they're like, she's pretty basic, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I think she looks fucking cool as fuck. You know? And I suppose it's my alternative to Camellia, you know, the lavender style. We'll go with the lavender style. Yeah, we need to have a day where we spend some time on Zenless. Actually, I do want to give it a whirl, guys. I do want to give it a whirl. I kind of want to play some Path to Nowhere in Epic 7 though, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I've got Limbus Company installed, yeah. Okay, whatever. Need to update it. Holy jiggles. Hot take, but I think Carlotta is way better than Cantarella. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. Cantarella's sick, man, but Carlotta's a better design. I think. Personally, anyway. You know? You know what, chat? We've been yapping for 3 hours. I think I might call it, man. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Rosie's cooking some food. I think I might just chill for a little bit. Might hop on Path to Nowhere, actually, see what it's saying. See if it's any good. See if it's worth running some streams on it, maybe. You know? But, yeah. Stream set up for tomorrow, guys. We're gonna do some more Arc Nights. So if you want to come hang out, we'll be live as normal. It's bank holiday as well tomorrow, so it'll be a longer stream, guys. So look at that stupid face. It'll be a longer stream tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to the gym as normal, hopefully. Obviously not having to take Rosa to work, I might slip up. Plan to go to the gym, get back, stream, And yeah, maybe get that video up that we recorded on stream earlier for Infinity Nikki. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you hanging out this evening. Bit of an impromptu Sunday evening stream. I've enjoyed it, man. We've just been yapping, you know. It's nice doing this sometimes. Well, we do it a lot, don't we, anyway, really? So I can't even say that. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Share it to everybody, guys, as well. If you haven't already done so, drop a like on the stream. It's much appreciated. And hopefully I'll see you in the morrow for some Arc Nights. And this week, the plan is to really bash out some Zenless. I want to catch up on Zenless. I do. I'm starting to really drift off now. And it's kind of annoying. I want to get caught up. Like, I kind of want to get more caught up on Zenless than I do on Weaver at the minute, which is kind of, I don't know if I think I'd ever say that, but kind of insane. But yeah, and tomorrow evening, I think maybe we play some Expedition 33 or maybe even some Oblivion. So yeah, if you guys are down for that, yeah, should be good. So I'll catch you all tomorrow, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. If you're in the UK, enjoy your bank holiday weekend, your extra day off tomorrow if you've got it. And yeah, stay safe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you all in the morrow. I'll see you later, guys. Right. Ta-ra.